Hello everybody and welcome back to ANIPOD presents the In-Quy'zz-ition. I'm your host, Dippy the DM, and these are my lovely players. Say hi, lovely players.
Hi.
Hello.
Who am I saying
Hello.
I don't know. I haven't figured that out yet.
What?
What the fuck is up, Richard?
What the fuck is
Fuck
up,
is
Richard?
up, Denny's?
So, we have returned. It's been a while. But we are back and almost our full strength. Unfortunately, Burk is still not with us. But we are going to get this scheduled soon, one way or another. There will be the band will be together in one form or fashion. So, with that being said, welcome to episode 56, which is the actual next episode. So the episode that has gone up on the YouTube channel, hopefully gone up on the YouTube channel, fingers crossed, is a little bit of a time jump, and we're gonna go back to the other half of that time jump whenever we have like just an opportunity to. But after this episode, we're gonna basically move on to the next episode that happens after that time jump, because we're gonna have everybody together. It's gonna help with the narrative. So, and worst comes to worst, we don't have to do the second part of that episode.
Yeah.
Like, it can just be like, oh, these people were missing, we're fine. So, what we're gonna do is we're gonna do some sponsors and announcements, and after that, we're gonna get into it with, or we're gonna do some sponsors announcements and the spiel, and then stick around to the end for the upcoming schedule. But who here can tell me about our audio source for the day?
Dippy's computer.
Yes, but also tabletopaudio.com. They're the number one source of TTRPG background music and sound effects and ambience. What have you got there? What were you saying there?
I was waiting for my chance, but I'll do it next time. It's okay.
No, go ahead. Pick it up to where I left off.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Do you hear that lovely sound? That's tabletop audio. A wonderful tool created by Not Tools that has a dragon's horde of sound, music, and ambiance. You too can use these sounds for your TTRPG sessions, found on tabletopaudio.com. All the creators of Tabletop Audio ask that you shout out. So, tabletopaudio.com.
Thank you. Very nice. I appreciate that. We are also... No, I think that's it for, like, partners and sponsors for this show. I think. So stick around to the end for the schedule, and until then, let me see. I need to go back to the spiel.
For behind the scenes, I'm gonna be controlling Burke's character just for combat, not like playing them. I have never in my life seen a character sheet have a D3.
Yeah, it's crazy.
No, it's crazy. Just no explanation. Yeah, it's crazy.
Crazy.
So
That's crazy ones.
let's not get into that. Give us a follow if you like what you see. Give us a subscription if you're feeling generous. A Prime subscription gives us the money and you the ad-free experience at no cost to you with an Amazon Prime account. Give us a subscription on the YouTube channel to keep up with VODs of all of our shows, past, present, and future. Follow the link tree in the description to see all of our other fun stuff, like the Instagram to see updates when we go live, clips edited by Brett, and memes made by Dono. Go to the merch store to have a small piece of our channel with you, including some of the newly updated things that we have just recently added for your pleasure. And the Discord server where you can chat with us and all of your other fellow ANIPOD fans anytime you like. Constant updates, constant things happening on there. There will very soon be, I believe, a book club on there. So if that's something that you're interested in, join the ANIPOD fan Discord and contact Stealthy about the reading list for the book club. Until then, as always, we appreciate anything you do to support the channel and support what we do here, but do what you can, not what you feel like you have to. Your financial responsibility and security is more important than our entertainment for your purposes. There are plenty of things that you can do that do not take money out of your own pocket and are still very helpful to the channel, like following on Twitch and subscribing on YouTube respectively are completely free, and you get all of our content for free when it comes out. At least for the time being. Like that's gonna change anything. You can also interact in the chat and in the comments on YouTube to oh god, what's the word I'm thinking of? You can to boost our analytics and to help get more algorithms on our content. And the best thing you can do is share the stream with your friends and family so that more eyes end up on what we do and we have better opportunities to do what we do. So thank you for watching and following and supporting. And with that, let us now. Oh my god! Wait, what? You did?
I wanted to name an NPC.
A new name? An NPC?
Yeah. I want to name an
Okay.
NPC. Sorry, I've been looking at that for a minute, and I finally came up with a good name.
Okay, cool. Wow, that's
can just use it
10,000
whenever.
points. There.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I have a few.
I have an
pronounced-
idea, but I'll have to see. Yeah.
Okay, it's alocasia. Casia.
Deadly. Oh.
Brett Edley Jenkins.
Brett
There's an
Edley.
extra R in there.
Brad Lee Jenkins.
Brett.
So, I'm actually just gonna do the thing this time because I am excited to finally be playing again. So, last we left off, you're just gonna have to wait until next episode. But before that, we that was
Next time.
on last time. We
Next
had
time in the past.
we had a little bit of a supernatural encounter on the boat. And that kind of spooked Dadley, or rather Zog. And they traveled along the river a little bit more, and made their way to a lovely little watcher outpost, kind of like a fire watch outpost, in the middle of nowhere. Just on the bank of the river. And what they found was a little surprising. So we are going to pick up directly from where that episode left off, which was rolling initiative. So I do not have a battle map set up for this. I am going to be perfectly honest. Maps are very helpful for me in physical games, but I am not putting in time to make them for online games because I have so many other things that I'm doing. So this will be Theater of the Mind. But as has been proven in the past, Theater of the Mind has worked very well for this group specifically many times before. So I'm so sorry, stream viewers and chatters. There will not be a map for you to follow along. You just have to imagine it. So I already have a bunch of numbers down that are going to be relevant here in just a minute after you guys tell me what you have gotten. So, anyone get anything above a 20?
Sorry, ignore that.
Anybody?
I got a 20.
You got a 20. What is your dexterity?
+4.
Okay. Then let me do this.
Oh, okay. Really quick start.
Okay, anything from 20 to 15?
18.
Burk also got 18.
I have both of your sheets here. Burke's dexterity is 2. Quinlan's dexterity is 4. Quinlan will go first. Okay.
He doesn't need to be smart. He's fast.
He can
Fast
just
as fuck,
think
boy.
fast.
Fast as fuck.
You can't catch me, Zool.
Can I be honest with you guys? I don't know
Yeah.
how to fucking switch my goddamn background. I don't know how to flip this shit.
No, you're good. It's mirrored for you. We
It's
see it
mirrored
just
for,
fine.
yeah, we see it fine, yeah.
Cool.
Yes.
Well, how do I undo this mirror?
If
You
you,
don't want
undo
to.
it, if you
I
don't
do
want to undo
unmirrored.
it, I think
Wait,
if
You
it's
don't want to
caught,
unmirror.
because it will be
I don't-
mirrored for us. If you
Well,
want.
even then,
mirrored?
it
Zoe,
just.
am I fine?
I don't. No, you're not. No, you're not mirrored, Zoe. Why are you unmirrored?
Yeah.
Oh,
I never
Wait.
play unmirrored because I want to make sure that I'm showing my good side.
What? I only look good in mirrors. What are you talking about?
No.
okay.
Okay.
Anything
But I'm
from
tripping.
The
anything from
confidence
15
you have is absurd.
anything from 15 to 10.
11?
11.
What's your dex?
17 plus 3.
That beats my 10.
I'm slippery.
Wow. Okay.
That's slippery. You got an 11.
Okay.
So you said yours is a +3?
Yee.
What
I
did
should probably look at my
Willow
things
get?
that I can do.
Not
Hold
good.
on.
I don't want to know.
Willow got good enough, okay?
Good enough for a while.
Well, yeah. Willow, you're the last one, so let me fill out based on what you got.
Good enough.
Willow's doing their best.
What did you
okay?
get?
Oh,
Leave her
Willow,
alone.
you're gonna
Yeah,
get cursed
six.
today.
6?
That's my best friend.
You still
Hello.
beat 3 of what you are about to encounter.
Fantastic.
There's more
You guys
than
are-
3?
Yes.
You guys are at the boat, aren't you?
Yes.
So,
Yeah, only you and I went into the place sundial.
yeah, that's true.
Oh no, my cards.
We still want to go inside, right? Like, we don't, like,
We were inside. We walked in the door already, and then we saw shadows.
Oh, we did? Yeah.
Shadows.
are we wanting to explore?
So
Or
the
are we
last
wanting to just
thing,
kinda-
so the
Because
last
I
thing
wanna,
that
like,
you
take a-
did, Sundial, before we're kicking off here, is you caught a lantern that was thrown up to you from the boat. That was
Yeah.
catapulted. Actually, you catapulted a lantern up to yourself.
And then I pulled out a torch and
Right.
said,
Yeah.
"Would this help?"
All right. So
You're just like, yeah, it would have. Okay,
Listen,
cool. I
at
already
least
used
not
the,
smart.
Do I have mage armor put together on my armor bonus? Yes, braces of defense, magical
Oh,
bonus.
that's
mage
not
armor.
looping.
Yep,
What?
okay, cool.
Why is that not looping?
I don't know.
What
Maybe
the hell
figure
is
it out.
this? Okay.
I can't.
Donald, Sundial and Ellie have still not talked about the whole you trying to invite my mother to a land, right?
We were gonna do that.
Yeah, we still haven't had that conversation yet. Okay, great.
Okay. I got
I
my
need to
cat.
remember.
It's
We need to
okay.
have that conversation.
Okay.
Kenny!
So
My
I
relative!
have my list.
What are you talking about? This one's got fur.
We can still be relatives. All my siblings have fur. Damn, not you.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna initially roll those, and I will use them in
Hey,
a.
baby, one more time.
I will use them in an order that I place them in. Just these are going to be numbers for
Me realizing
that
that
are
the only
about.
damage I've taken is self-inflicted.
Same.
pretty much. All right, so Sundial, amidst everything, you are first. So,
Okay. I would like to make a either insight or perception check of the situation, kind of taking my surroundings. What am
go
I
ahead.
seeing?
Roll a d20.
Their DM.
Roll your perception. I'll call it a
Wow,
perception.
this dice is rolling nice today. Perception. Are you saying perception or an insight? Or am I inciting or perceiving?
Perceive.
Perceive. Okay. A 24.
You count no fewer. You count something close to 6 shadowy creatures inside of this. Inside of the watchtower, kind of swirling around and like lunging. And looking kind of around you, you see maybe 3 or 4 more kind of sprouting up around the base of the tower. Just these large, dark, shadowy creatures.
Oh, do I see
And
anything
the
that I
only
might
reason
want?
that you see any of them is because of the torchlight and the lantern light that you have lit. They are. You can just barely see outlines at the base of the tower, but in the side of the watchtower, there looks like there's a maybe 6.
Yeah. Is there anything cool inside the watchtower besides the shadows?
It looks like this watchtower was abandoned a while ago, and stuff was left behind from when it was abandoned. But
I can see some like cool things in here. Also, we're about to be attacked.
Oh, lovely.
So,
We got like 3 guys around us.
I'm letting your perception be kind of your free here, so you have an action, a bonus, and a movement that you can do.
I'm trying to decide if I want to go further or go back.
If you want to step into the watchtower or like retreat.
Yes.
That's your choice, bud.
Do we want to go in or out?
Are you asking me?
Yeah, in or out.
In.
Okay, I will hold Allie's hand and I will cast Thunderstep as we go inside.
Okay.
And I will everything within a. Let me see here. So the shadows that are like right next to us about to pounce.
Looks like it, yeah. But you just barely got the edge on them. So like that conversation kind of happens right before, like it's like you light up the thing and you turn around and it's the part of the movie where they're like, "We're about to be attacked, aren't we?" Yup. And they're like, "Ugh."
Yes. So everything within a 10-foot radius of me needs to make a con save.
Thunderstep is a teleport as well, correct?
Yes, it is. And I
Do
can
you
move up to
have
90
to travel
feet.
a certain distance? You
Up
have
to 90 feet is how
Up to
far I
90
can travel with it.
Okay.
So,
the watchtower itself looks like it's maybe
is there a
like
spot that I can see with that high of perception where I could probably safely end up where we wouldn't have any of them right next to us right away?
Inside the watchtower,
Maybe like
no.
maybe like some stairs or something?
Inside the watchtower itself, no.
How
You just
tall
walked up
is
the
the
stairs.
watchtower?
You climbed up maybe about 20 feet.
How far? Like, are we at the top of it? Or...
Yes, you are at the top. So, have you ever seen a fire watchtower? Imagine that kind of setup. So there are stairs around the outside of a square kind of tower shape, and at the top is a cabin like area that has enough
there's
room
just
for
like
a person to
bunch of
live
them in
there.
this area.
Yeah, there's a bunch of them in that. I would say that like the watchtower is like a 20-foot square, like 20 feet on each side. So that's more square feet than 20 whatever. But like,
So if I were like in the middle of it, my
no,
Thunderstep
you
would
were
hit.
on the catwalk on the outside of it, and there is like a 5-foot wide catwalk that surrounds the entirety of the cabin itself too. But
Got it.
on the inside, you count like it's kind of like a 20-foot wall, like the middle of the room. Imagine like the middle of the room. It's like four of
and
your
then
movement
Thunderstep
squares.
wouldn't be the thing that I would choose. I mean, it would do a lot of damage to everything around me.
Correct me if I'm
Does it
wrong.
do
Thunderstep
damage to
does
the
damage to objects too, correct? No, that's Shatter. That's Shatter that I'm thinking of.
That's Shatter, not Thunderstep. Thunderstep is just a big
Okay.
noise. It would let everybody know that there was something going on as well. So I'm
Definitely.
going to Thunderstep onto the other side of the catwalk.
Okay. So you're going from like one side of the catwalk to the other.
Yes.
And
where
everything
I
in
won't
what
be around
radius
the
has to make a
3.
con save?
Everything within a 10-foot radius.
A
So,
10-foot radius.
like,
That would catch.
Orb. Think orb, not
Yeah,
like
yeah.
flat.
Well, again, there isn't anything like directly beneath the floor below you. I'd say you catch 2 of them. What's your DC?
Don't I have 3 jumping me?
It looks like there's like maybe 2 and then 2 and then 2, kind of dispersed in them all. Like,
Okay, cool. Whatever.
So you get 2 of them. What's
my
your-
DC is 16.
and they have to make a con save.
Yes. I don't know how good their con is. But...
Fail. All right. Roll your damage.
All right. 3d10 it is.
Nice.
Very nice. Sorry for having to ask so many questions.
No
I just want
worries.
to understand my area around me
Yeah, no worries.
so that I can make the best decision possible. I need, is this 3d10? That's a D100 one, but there we go. I have my metal dice now. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Do I add my spell attack modifier to this?
Do you?
Nope.
Nope.
17.
17. As you thunderstep, a loud crashing noise emanates throughout the immediate area, and you see two of the shadows, like, that were kind of like pouncing upon you, are like reverberating from fucking like the loud concussive blast that just hit them. They look pretty rough already, but you have now ended up on the other side of the catwalk where you notice from your perception that the windows in this square, there's like kind of like rotunda style, like large panoramic windows, right? No glass in them. So they, you can just, as you land on the other side, you see kind of one of the hands kind of swipe at you as you land on the other side. How does
I would like to... Oh, is this going to be an attack of opportunity?
Did you have a bonus action you wanted to do?
I can do Quicken Spell by sacrificing 2 sorcery points.
And I'll hold off on that. What would you like to... if you want to do that?
I would like to do my new sorcery cantrip that I have, which is Sorcery Burst. I can roll 2d8 on a creature of my choice. And if I roll a d8 on one of those d8s, I get to add an extra d8 onto it. But it's a spell attack range up to 120 feet.
Sure.
Plus 8.
Okay,
so that
so
one
you can
that
choose...
I will jump, see that, and shoot him right in the face.
Just... All right, go for it. And if you roll an 8, it explodes?
I got an 18 plus 8 for the attack. Like to hit.
18 on 2d8s?
No, 18 to hit.
18 to hit,
18
sorry.
plus 8, so 26 in total to hit.
To hit, yeah, it hits.
Okay.
I would hope so, too.
Okay, now I get 2d8s. Oh, shit.
Sorry.
I
My
got
apologies.
an 8. I got one 8. I got a 2 and an 8. Okay.
Roll it again.
7. So...
17.
9 plus 8. Yeah, 17.
17.
And I'm gonna choose... ooh, can I choose radiant damage for these motherfuckers? What are the things? I can do acid, cold, fire, lightning, poison, psychic, and thunder. I'm gonna do... I'll do psychic. Just, like, no! Shoot it in the head. Or what I think is that...
Okay, out of all of those damage choices, you're gonna choose psychic.
Yeah, sure. I feel like that'd be...
All right.
Okay.
As you kind of like, you see it swipe at you, and you're like, no! Just like, sorcery gun! You like, it looks like you impact its form like directly in the head. Like aiming a psychic burst on its head, and it just kind of like you see its skull vibrate, and you're just like, looks like you damaged it. It looks like you damaged it exactly the amount you thought that you would.
Yeah.
But it is also
and it got hurt.
It also looks like it also is looking weak. On that note, that same one, I'm gonna reroll these two, move them to the end for future reference. That same one is going to attack you. You watch as this shadowy form just kind of like phases. You would expect like a vaulting motion, like legs to come up over the side of the window. It just like floats through the window, lunging and taking a swipe with its claw. With its claw-like hand.
His little hand? With his little hand claw?
Does a 21 hit?
It does. Do I have shield available to me? I did not. My dumbass did not take shield.
Oh no, I'm so sorry.
Oh no.
It's okay.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
That's a reaction.
It's okay. I've got. I know. Like, I don't want to.
I forgot about my
I think
giant
I'm okay.
D8s. That is not what I was looking for, though. Where are my...
Honestly,
Well,
if this gets too bad, as long as it makes it to my turn, I can get us back on the boat in no time.
While Dippy looks, Rhys, what does your shirt say?
Oh, soft red 13, warm red 13, protector of Cosmo Chanyon.
Okay.
Deadly red 13. Awesome red 13 per.
It's a soft kitty reference, but I don't know what the second half of the reference is. What is Red 13 from?
Final
I think
Fantasy
it's
7.
Oh, cute. All right.
I didn't know that.
Okay, I don't know what happened. Oh, I have to
Apparently
use
the
these.
7 is not in reference to Soft Kitty 13.
Okay.
That's an internet handle, Soft Kitty 13.
Oh boy. So you are going to take 12 necrotic damage, and
Yeah, let me know, Dippy, if they ever get to attack with advantage or not.
you feel yourself weaken. You
Yes.
feel like your body is sapped of some of its energy in such a way that your arms
Okay.
feel more like jelly than average, and that's saying something because you're literally made of jelly. If you can go ahead and deduct 3 from your strength score.
Good fucking lord. Okay, so I am at 15 now.
Oh dear.
And it is going to do that,
You know,
and
Mike.
it's going to like swipe at you, and then it's going to use the rest of its movement and move out of the aura of your lantern, and it is going to
So do I get an attack of opportunity?
if you can attack through the window. Or wait, did you cast shield?
No, I did not.
You did
because I
not
don't
cast
have
shield. Then
access
yes,
to
you
shield.
do have an attack of opportunity. You can use your
Okay,
reaction.
I have Warcaster, so
Yeah.
I'm also right
And-
next to him, so I would get an opportunity attack too if he was near my side.
mm-hmm. That's true. That's true. That's right. I'm gonna do Firebolt.
Firebolt.
Yes.
All right. As it's moving back, you cast a little firebolt in the direction of the creature.
Okay.
Of the shadow creature.
24 to hit.
24. Yeah, that hits.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Does it?
You had already done 17, yes?
Yes. That does 13 more damage to it.
You watch... Please remind me for my own sake, do we round up or down for damage? What have I told you in the past? Do we roll a round up or down for damage?
I think we round.
I thought we round up.
down.
Up?
Oh,
All right, up.
I've been rounding down the whole time.
Oh, have you?
Yeah.
We really need to settle on one and like
we have it in the
write
notes?
down
Like, do we
somewhere.
have, like, is it in your rules?
I didn't see it
What
in there.
session is this again?
House rules.
56?
56.
50 something.
House rules.
We're doing great, guys. We're doing great.
It is not in
We
your
know
house
our
rules.
rules.
Okay. Nope. Yep, here it is. Rulings to be filled as needed. Round up for damage halved. Yep, there it is right
Oh,
there.
okay.
Okay.
Okay, so we're rounding up. 19. You did 13?
Yes. So 7. If it's half.
You hit it, and you see this fire kind of spread along its shadowy form as it just barely remains on its feet, or its shadow tendrils. And you watch as it continues to slink back into the darkness and does a miserable job. You can still see kind of it slink. You can see kind of where it slinks to, but it does blend into the darkness rather easily. Although you can still see where it ended up. So that brings us to Quinlan. You are still on the boat, and you see just barely flickering in the shadows of the lantern that was lit up at the top, like 2, maybe 3 very faint outlines just on the outskirts of this orb of light. And you see them kind of like you see them getting ready to like scarper up the stairs, or you actually see 2 of them getting ready to scarper up the stairs and 2 of them approaching the boat. What do you do? Actually, make a perception check while you're at it, please.
Nine.
Nope. Never mind. You get the sense that you get the sense that something is approaching your boat, but you can't see it. What do you do?
Whose boat? Oh.
Damn.
Yours in the one you were occupying, not
The
the
royal
one you
you.
own.
How dare you?
You also don't have any lanterns lit on this boat as of right now. One got catapulted up to Sundial and they lit it, but no, you currently don't have one lit on on Zog's boat.
That's right.
Feel better?
It has a name.
Okay. How many?
I love that the boat has a name. It's a character of its own self.
Candles.
Just call it Zog's boat.
How many candles? Fire torches of that nature within 30 feet of me.
Within 30 feet of you, you would see like 2 kind of hanging lanterns that occupy like the aft and the stern of Zog's boat. You would notice 1 kind of lamp post that is kind of just marks the corner of the water for this watchtower. You also see at the top of the watchtower what looks like it could be a light source. It could be lit. And it is like 20 feet up. Like, it is just at the boundary of your 30 feet, looks like.
Okay. Then I am going to use elemental attunement.
Okay,
As
fancy
my
pants. What does
action.
elemental attunement do?
You can briefly control elemental forces within 30 feet of you.
Ooh.
And it's basically prestidigitation. A harmless sensory effect, lighter snuff candle, campfire, chiller warm 1 pound
Sure.
of non-living material
So you're trying to hit all of those light sources with this elemental attunement
to bring them up.
to bring them up. All right, yeah, absolutely, you can do that. Is that your action?
That is the action.
Okay, as they light up, you see come into view suddenly and violently. Bless you.
Thank you.
2 shadows just like floating along, lunging towards the boat. Just and at the top of the light, at the top of the watchtower, you see just like the forms on the inside are illuminated a little bit. It's on top and there's a roof in between that light source and the tower, but you can see a general idea. And the lamppost on the corner reveals another shadow, kind of running down the riverbank. Just around the riverbank. So, that's your action. Would you have a bonus?
I am going to grab quarterstaff and flurry of blows.
Can you do that after you didn't make an attack with your action?
That's true.
Double check for me. I want to know. I don't know if you can if you did not attack for your action. That's my only concern. Flurry of blows after you take the attack action on your turn. Yep. So no,
Yes.
you so you prep your quarterstaff. Do you want to move?
Yeah, I will run up, use the staff for an unarmed strike kick. Try to kick the shadow in the face.
Martial arts. Hold on 1 second.
Yes.
I need when you use the attack action with an unarmed strike, you can make one more unarmed strike as a bonus. Sorry.
Dang. All right.
But you did a very big helpful thing by lighting the candles. You can see your attackers now. That brings us to Burk.
I can see clearly now.
Yes.
Do you actually, sorry, do you want to move? You didn't clarify.
Yeah, I still want to run up, put myself between the boat and
The shadow.
the shadow things.
Yeah. So you'll run up onto the riverbank. That'll spend about half your movement, and you'll just stand kind of guard at there. Sure. All right, Burk.
Burk.
You are also on the boat.
I am on the boat. I am Burk. Hi. And I am on the boat. How close am I to shadows?
You would be about 20 feet away
Okay.
from the closest one, and you would also have to disembark the boat to get to the closest one.
All right. Bolstering magic for my action to myself.
Ooh, okay.
The Burk self. Lets me add a D3 to all attack rolls and ability checks.
Oh, that's neat.
Yes, but unfortunately you can't do it and rage the same round because your rage ends if you do. Wait, yeah, rage ends if I don't hit anything, and because that takes a barbarian's action. It's kind of a weird action economy for a barbarian to have it. So that, and then just gonna run up to a shadow and that bonus action swing. Can they?
Does bolstering magic mention anything about it?
No, on your turn when you score a crit. No, they two-weapon fighting. No, I can only use a bonus action to hit if I use my attack action to hit. Alright, so that's just gonna be the turn. Bolstering magic lasts 10 minutes, it'll last me for the fight. There you go.
That's it?
Yeah, I'm gonna run, so I'm not in range of it, but I'm close, like 10 feet gap.
Sure. All right. Back up in the tower. Two shadows are going to look at you, Allie. Sorry, when you thunderstepped, oh no, he's not here. When he thunderstepped, did he take you with him?
Yes.
So you are on the other side. Okay, so you'll see a couple shadows like turn on their heels and just like run back across. It will take the rest of their movement to get up to a place where they can do this, but they are both going to attack. One's gonna hit you, one's gonna hit Sundial. So the one that hits you does a 23 hit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're the bucky, yeah.
You take 10 necrotic damage.
Oh, damn.
And you feel yourself get weaker. Reduce your strength score by 2 for me, please.
Oh, that's fine. I didn't mean to roll that. I only have a override score that makes that an 8. Wow, wait, you said by 2?
Mm-hmm.
I got an 8.
So your strength score is 8 now.
Yeah.
You feel yourself getting weak in the knees.
Okay.
And the other one is going to attack Sundial. It's going to hit with a 10. I don't think that hits.
Probably not.
But actually, let me look at Sundial's sheet. It definitely doesn't. So
What are the questions you have for me, Dippy? I have my headphones.
Does 10
my
hit?
wife is just showing me. For me?
Yeah.
No.
Then it misses. And
Yeah.
you see these shadows kind of like reach out and attack. One of them hit Allie and drained them, just like one of them drained you. But they are now both within melee and they don't have any more movement. So
Well, we're not
is
melee
helpful.
fighters. That's the problem.
Down at the
I mean,
riverbank.
I can be.
Down at the riverbank, one of the shadows will make their way to the edge of the boat and attack you, Quinlan. Does a 23 hit. I just kind of have a rolling line of d20s for things for these shadows. So the next one in my line is a 19, which is...
Quinlan, does the 23 hit?
Yeah, Quinlan. Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. You are gonna take.
23 hits.
You're gonna take. Sorry, just. Ooh, all right. You are gonna take 7 necrotic damage, and you feel yourself get weaker. Reduce your strength score by 2 for me, please.
Huh?
Reduce your.
I can barely hear you over the music.
Sorry, let me turn the music down a little. My apologies.
I'm the
little
hard
better?
of hearing.
Is that a little better?
Yes.
You feel yourself getting weak. Lower your strength score by 2 for me, please. As it uses 20 feet of movement to get up to you, and then it will just kind of like back up again towards the shadowy parts of the scene, which at this moment looks like it would be like right under the tower. So it moves 10 feet away from you towards the tower. It is not. It does not move. It does not leave the light, though. You can still see it. Do you want an opportunity attack on it?
Yes.
All right, go for it. Gonna use your bolt. Still-
27.
27 definitely
my
hits.
goodness, excuse me.
I'm gonna run that again, because have to. Okay. There we go. What? No. Thank you. Sorry about that.
Welcome.
Well, total damage.
12 total. All right, so that one's taking 12. Oh,
And there is something like there.
yes. By the way, the 2 that ran up and attacked you, Allie and Sundial, were the 2 that got hit by Sundial's Thunderstep.
Cool.
So
Noted.
They're on. And you did 12 damage to the one on the ground? Is it Sundial? You said you did 12 damage to the one on the ground? Or which one?
Talking about, who are you talking to? Quinlan?
Not Sundial. Quinlan. Oh my god, I had a brain fart there. You said you did 12 damage?
I'm not on the ground, Dippy.
A lot of confusion going around.
Sorry.
The one that was
The one you
closest to me that
opportunity
was
attacked, yeah.
retreating,
Yeah. And you did
Yeah.
it. How much damage?
12.
Okay. Alright, then that will bring us to Allie. You're up on the tower. You just got hit. You feel weak.
That's fine. I'm going to take my fiddle that I have still not used, the fiddle from hell,
Oh!
and I am going to pull the fiddle arm across the high E string and see what it casts, intending to cast it in the direction of the 2 shadows.
As this loud, deafening, deafening shrill note plays on the fiddle, you notice that, like, to you, it sounds like just like a really high, shrill note. Sundial and everyone else, this note is a lot louder than you anticipated it to be, and it feels like a pounding pain in your head. Go ahead. I did have a spell lined up for this. It is whatever the cantrip that does psychic damage is. I think it's called Mind Sliver.
Oh, I gotta look it up because I don't have it on my thing. I have to like make a whole.
You mean
list.
Mind
Okay.
Spike?
No, that's the 2nd level spell. I'm talking about the cantrip.
Mind Sliver.
Mind Sliver.
It is a cantrip.
Mm-hmm.
From Tasha's Cold and Everything. You drive a disorienting spike of psychic energy into one of the creatures you see within range. Target must succeed an intelligence saving throw.
Is that Mind Spike or Mind Sliver that you're reading?
That's Mind Sliver.
It is Mind Sliver that you're reading.
Yes. They have to do intelligence saving throw, which the do I know what their DC is? Is it my?
It's your DC.
It'll be your 16. They gotta be a 16.
Intelligence.
What the fuck is my spiky dice?
That's a failure, and that's a failure. So what does Mind
Do I have to
Sliver
save?
also do?
So they take 1d6 psychic damage. I gotta roll that, and then they subtract 1d4 from the next saving throw.
There you go.
Dippy, do I need to make a save on that?
Yes, you do.
It says mind of one creature you see within range.
This note is affecting everyone in a 5-foot radius of you. Oh.
Ooh, so it's an AOE.
It is a Mind Sliver that immediately affects everyone in 5 feet of you. Everyone else can hear it, and they get like a headache when they hear it.
I got a 24.
24? Yeah, you take half of whatever the d6 they just rolled was.
Actually, no, I got a
Let me roll that.
22.
It would actually be a d6 plus a d6 because I'm using a spell focus. So for a total of 10? I don't add anything to that, do I?
So Sundial, you take 5.
Do I add an 8 to that because that's my spell attack?
Oh, Dippy, by the way.
Or a Mind Sliver? I don't know if you add a
attack?
I don't know if you
I know
add.
that's an attack.
I don't know if you.
No, not for cantrips.
No, not
Okay,
for.
cool.
Yeah,
Not
for,
normally for cantrips.
No, yeah.
Cool.
Yes, Dono, what were you saying?
How much damage did I take from the shadow hitting? No, wait, the shadow didn't hit.
The
no,
shadow didn't hit you.
me.
It hit Allie. It did not hit you. It missed you.
Yeah, but the first one, it gave me a drain.
Oh, you took 12
Thank you.
necrotic damage.
Funny enough, I don't have resistance to that.
All
Change.
right, Allie. Anything else?
Yes.
Wait. So it was 10 total for the shadows.
Yes.
You see both of them fizzle into the darkness surrounding you before your eyes as they just as you see their tendrils kind of move up and grip their heads and just, and you see them just disperse into a cloud of dark, misty smoke.
Ow.
Oh.
Please warn me next time.
Healing word. On
Can
Sundial.
you do that as a bonus?
It's a bonus action, but does my fiddle count as a casted spell, or is it a channeled spell?
It is using an item. So
sick.
Yeah.
So
That's
1d4.
huge.
Oh, by the way,
That
Allie,
is huge.
Yeah.
roll an intelligence save because you also played that note.
Oh, yeah.
It affects
Let's
you
do
as
it.
well.
My intelligence is not very good.
However, if you make
And
the
I got a
save,
7.
if you did not make the
I
save,
did not make the save.
take 10 damage.
Okay. We'll get you magical earmuffs that make it so you don't fucking take damage.
There you go.
If you succeed the save, then nothing happens to you. The
You're
effect
gonna
does not
get
take place. But if
a
you
whole
fail,
4 health, Sundial.
I will take it.
So I take
appreciate
10?
you.
yes.
Fuck. Oh, that's not a good way. I'm not
But
using
if
that
you
ever
save,
again.
but if you save against it,
To a 16, I have a 1 intelligence. A +1, I mean.
you're proficient with. Are you proficient with the fiddle? Are you No.
Oh,
you're
with the
not.
fiddle? Yeah, I'm proficient with the fiddle.
Lute,
Oh, no,
lyre,
not on my... I'm not actually.
This cat is proficient with this fiddle.
I don't have
It is a
proficiency with
magical
lyre.
item.
We gotta add
It's
it
okay.
to the list.
I'm
of things
attuned to
behind
it. I
them.
had to attune to it. It's one of my attuned spots.
That's what I was trying to think. It was like you're attuned to it. Can the save
I'll take
be
the
easier?
damage. It's a devilish
It was
fiddle.
a 7 total. You would still take the damage. I'll say that the DC for you specifically is 10
Okay.
because you're the one playing it. But
Okay.
you also, yeah.
I'm
So
also
the
the
DC
closest
for
one
any
to it.
spell,
Like,
the
it's
DC for
right
any spell that
here.
comes out of the fiddle. And when you played that note, you noticed that one of the runes on the fiddle itself lit up as you played just that string.
So there's more than
Noted.
one spell to it.
That'll be the end of my turn.
All right. One of the other ones on the ground. It's going to start running up the stairs. And it uses...
These things run?
It uses... Oh, they have 40 feet of movement. My apologies. So...
Damn.
I don't like how you said that.
So, actually...
Please stop.
The opportunity attack makes the one on the ground that you hit, Quinlan, actually does just barely leave the aura of the light. But again, you can still see the outline, just barely. It will run up the one that is currently in initiative order will run all the way up the catwalk, and it will end up at the top of the catwalk, but it cannot do anything from where it is currently standing. And with 40 feet of movement, the two that attacked you, Allie and Sundial, would also like back up a little further into the box, into the cabin. Sundial, you already used your attack of opportunity. Do you want to use yours, Allie, or do you want to save your reaction for something else?
I'll save it. I have
Okay.
my fiddle in my hand anyway, so what am I gonna do, smack up my fiddle? Probably not.
It is a pretty blunt instrument.
It is.
So yeah, the one runs up. Zog!
Yes. I'm in the captain's quarters.
I was about to say, I don't think you were here for the canonical...
I was.
Oh, you were? Okay, so
Yes.
where were you when they were at the watchtower?
I geared setting up the ship for the night.
Right.
So
you would be in the captain's quarters, and you start hearing and seeing this go down outside of your porthole.
Yes.
You having to leave your captain's quarters would take about 10-15 feet of your movement.
Yep.
Unless you can do something from within your captain's quarters that doesn't require you to move.
I'm gonna walk myself out of the captain's quarters. How many, with the little bit of light I have, how many shadows can
With
I
the light
see?
on the aft and stern, you see a little bit of the aura kind of penetrating the riverbank, and you see one that is still kind of on the towards you.
Okay.
You see the one in the lamppost is still kind of running along the side of your boat. And you see one at the top of the catwalk on the watchtower. You see a number of shadows inside of the watchtower, but you watch as two of them fizzle, just yeah, that's about it. I think there might be two more kind of scattered at the base of the watchtower, but you're not sure where they're going yet.
All right.
And your passive perception beats a 8 stealth. So,
Yes.
Yeah, so you can.
How's the weather?
I'm glad. Yeah. It's clear. The sun has already set. The two moons are kind of rising in their into their respective places.
Okay, so it's a clear night. It's not how cloudy. Scale of 1 to 10.
I did say. Hold on. I did say that the moons had names. What were the moons' names? I forgot.
You can look at your your calendar.
Yes, I can look at my calendar. That's exactly what I intend to do.
Call lightning does an extra D10 of damage if it's nastier weather. That's the only reason I'm asking.
Moons. Follow and Zophre. Yeah, you see Follow and Zophre kind of rising into the sky, and you are, you were at a very specific point in the campaign. Yes, you see one of them is full, and one of them is just, one of them is very new.
Okay.
So you only see one moon in the sky.
All right.
So you are doing call lightning. No clouds.
Yeah. All right. So I'm doing.
It's very clear. Like a little bit of wind, but no clouds. No.
Well, it's not clear anymore.
As you conjure a cloud.
Yeah. I'm gonna do 4th level call lightning.
Oh shit. Okay.
I wrote down the next episode that we already did, we took away spell slots from Zog, so I'm gonna use those first before.
Sure.
So, yeah, 4th level Call Lightning. As much as I'm kind of thinking of something else, I'll try it after, because I can concentrate on this and then do something else. Yeah, at the whatever one is closest to the boat.
Sorry, which one is closest to the boat?
Yeah, I'm Call
probably the
Lightning
one running along the riverbank. Kind of, you see Sundial standing on the edge of the riverbank, and Burk also kind of standing at the edge of the boat in the riverbank, and you see the one running kind of along the edge, being illuminated by your lanterns, kind of approaching them like from a flanking position.
Yeah, so my goal with this is twofold. One, to fuck him up. Fuck
Sure.
the Shadow up. So Call Lightning.
Uh-huh.
I'm trying to think. What is the save for it? An action. A storm cloud appears, within 60 feet. When you cast a spell, choose a point you see under the cloud. Bolt of lightning flashes down. Every creature within 5 feet. Dexterity saving throw.
Dex save. Oh, I need to double check that in the future. It doesn't help with doesn't help with how bad they've been rolling for those checks, but I need to double check. Okay, so Dex save.
Yes.
That's a 10.
All right, it had to be to 17.
Okay.
So I'm gonna use my Channel to Divinity to do max damage. It's gonna take 40 lightning damage.
40 lightning damage.
Yes, and I'm hoping with the flash I can get a decent count. Like if there are any shadows we can't see.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. So here's the thing. As your bolt of lightning comes down, you are directing it in the direction of like a shadow, a literal shadow running along the riverbank. And you see as it like impacts, like frizzling the air around you in a hot electric charge. It does a lot of damage. It does not go down, as it looks and feels like you did not do as much damage as you would have hoped.
Okay.
But it is definitely fucking fucked. Like, it is so fucked.
Yeah. I don't remember. Can I cantrip as a bonus action or no?
Cantrip as a bonus. I don't think I established that as one of my house rules. Let me double check.
Not to be DM pet tattletale, but you just let Dono do it.
Did I?
Yeah.
For what? What did he?
Thunderstep and then cantripped his sorcerer thing.
That's
No,
because he. No, that's because he
used-
did quicken spell.
Oh, quicken spell. My bad. All right.
Yeah, it's a sorcerer thing. Yeah.
That's a sorcerer thing. So for the time being, no.
It's okay. Don't worry about it.
Okay. Anything else you'd like to do?
I mean, I'm watching
On the
towards
flash, a
shadows.
quick count. Yes.
Yeah.
As you kind of watch the lightning flash, just and like time freezes as you count. Like, you know, it bless you. Mentally,
There
you
you
get
go.
a mental image. You count. Say that your boat is here, and that the watchtower is kind of like here. You get from the flash 1, 2, 3. At the top of the tower, 4. Inside the tower, brings it up to 8.
Okay.
9 at the bottom, and then underneath the tower, you see the one that was kind of hiding amidst the poles. So,
All right.
so you can count 9 more from your position.
All right.
Well
Yeah,
done.
and then
I
I'm
like
just
that.
I'm just walking. I'm trying to meet up with Burk.
Walking. Just walking. All right. First of all, the one that was running along, just it's gonna reach out to and attack Burk. Reroll that one to continue the line. The attack on Burk is going to be a 21. Does a 21 hit?
That hits.
Oh, this is gonna... So they take 8 necrotic damage, and their strength score is reduced by 2 as well.
Hellish Rebuke.
Absolutely. All right. What does
Dex save. 14.
They pass.
Okay, they take half on a success, so give me 1 second, because I don't actually have d10s with me at the
Oh
moment.
fuck! Whoever
5 fire damage.
whoever's at that point in the line, I'm sorry. So 5
I-
fire damage.
Yes, and I can't edit Burke's sheet for
Sure.
the minus of strength.
They'll be at a 16 then, just as a note.
16. Yep. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it'd be -1. Yeah. All right.
So they'll have a +3 for their stuff. Yeah. So you watch as that as that hellish rebuke, like kind of just like a flame spits from Burke's mouth into the face of the shadow, and you watch as that shadow just like almost melts, like crumbles as they just actually wait no. As they just kind of like their face kind of like split the flame. They're so weak, but they are not down. As they finish that move, and then like that movement being conjunctive, I'll say that they only have 5 feet to move back, so they're not even going to bother moving.
Okay.
The next one, the one who was also kind of a little farther away from the base, a little farther away from you guys, will use its
sorry.
40. Yes.
Reading Burke's character sheet wrong. Just another 2 damage. It's 3d10, not 2d10.
3d10.
Yeah.
Another two.
Damage.
So it was 7 total.
Yes.
Half round up. It's still just barely standing.
Oh no, that's 7 already halved.
7 already halved.
Yeah, it was 14 altogether.
Oh, okay. So 7 halved. Okay, yeah, then it dies. Yeah, you watch as it kind of melts and just sinks and dissipates into the ground in a dark cloud of smoke.
So there you go. Good job. Burke.
Okay. The next one, running up to the base of the tower, uses 20 feet of movement to get to the stairs, and then looks at the group on the riverbank. It'll approach you, Quinlan. How you doing? All right, it is going to attack you, and it is going to critically miss. Yeah, that's a nat 1. So it just like, as it's like reconsiders its option, and just like, and like it telegraphed its attack way too obviously. You just dodge out of the way, pretty easily. And it used all of its movement to get to where it is now. As you look upon anyone who is in melee range of these things, you can see, shrouded in darkness, the only detail you can make out alongside the black void is just a dark gray skull, missing its lower jaw, and on the insides of its eyes, just 2 little itty-bitty tiny white motes where you think eyeballs would end up, but they're like pinpoints of light inside the skull. And I need to double
We
check.
killed one of these already, right? What do they look like when they're dead?
Oh, we ran an ad and I didn't even realize. So
Oops.
Oh no.
we've been running that long already. This is fun.
We haven't even done 1 round of combat.
We're close though. We're right at the end. Willow,
Yes.
you are still on the boat. What? And you look around and you see 2 shadows in melee with your companions. One just got killed in melee of your companions on the riverbank. You see one at the top of the stairs, and you also in the lightning flash saw like what looks like 1 or 2 more kind of approaching the base of the tower and the riverbank, just kind of at a distance.
Okay. Okay, so where is that future?
There are going to be three more of these things in my lineup, and then Sundial, you're on deck. Have your idea ready.
I get it. I've had an hour.
So how far away are they from me? Vaguely.
Like, your companions are about 10 or 15. The base of the tower ones are like somewhere between 30 and 40. The up at the top of the tower looks like about 30. From like on the boat to the top of the tower is about 30-ish. Inside the watchtower itself would be about 35.
Okay, so I'm going to do something I've never done before, but it's a feature.
Oh.
So I'm going to use my symbiotic entity. So I'm going to use my wild shape to awaken the spores that infuse me with 40 temporary hit points. And then whenever I hit a dude or an enemy with a melee weapon, I get additional necrotic damage.
Wow.
So I'm going to do that. And I'm going to pretty much just like, yeah. And it's an action, so as I walk over there, I'm gonna do it, so I can be like, yeah, ready to go when they hit me.
Okay. So describe that again. When someone hits you, they'll take...
Or
when
mostly
you
when
hit
I
someone.
can use my reaction, I can use stuff for my Halo of Spores.
Halo of Spores. Interesting. All right.
Yes.
So, 2 more up in the watchtower are gonna go and like lunge in Allie and Sundial's direction. Oh, I gotta reroll that.
I don't want them to.
Too bad. You get a Sundial. Does a 19 hit?
Fuck. Just barely hits.
You take.
Hey, you should cast shield.
He can't
Hey,
use
Allie,
his
did
reaction.
you cast shield on us?
I don't have that spell. I don't think
You
that's a
take
bard spell.
9 necrotic damage, sorry.
Damn.
Hot damn.
And you feel yourself weaken even more.
We're gonna have
Reduce your
newborns.
strength score again by 4 for me, please.
New alarms.
God.
Nope, I didn't mean to roll that. Ignore that.
Goddamn.
Hot damn.
Now I look like a sorcerer.
What about me? Does it hit me? Hit me. Hit me, baby, one more time.
2.
That does not hit me.
Man!
I'm
For a 6
disappointed.
total.
No.
So you see both of these kind of approach you and like.
I just step. Do a little jig with my
Allie,
fiddle.
you were able to like kind of duck underneath, and Sundial, you like duck like
Drops
your
into the
torso, but
slits.
not your head, and you just like a deep scraping motion against the jelly of your face.
Oh.
And it just like
funny, though.
rips into like what would be your jello, and it just kind of like leaves these 3 deep claw marks that just kind of like.
Allie, I'm not consenting to this touch, and I don't like it. It feels
Reform.
and I
should-
just start feeling like all weak and
You're
shit.
very weak, and they will back up
Retaliation
into
is allowed.
they will
somehow.
back up into the light again, into the darkness again, and they will try to hide again, because that is something they can do on their bonus action. They will have. You actually see them kind of like kind of fade into the obscurity of the shadows in the watchtower. Just
Okay.
to reroll. Wow. Okay, what's going on? Okay,
I
I
don't know.
have a line of d20s here, and I'm gonna spoil some of these results because none of these are gonna be helpful for them, but they are going to be helpful for you, because in this line currently I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 5 4s that all of these dice have rolled.
None of those are gonna hit me.
They're not gonna hit, and they're not gonna save against whatever you'd have. Like, so
Lovely.
you got a good
Good to
stretch
know.
coming up. There is an unfortunate step in the middle there, though. So
Okay.
they're gonna back up and they're gonna use their stealth. And then the one at the base of the watchtower, another one at the base of the watchtower that Willow saw, kind of slides past the legs of the watchtower and will approach the melee, and they will go after Burk, but they're gonna miss on a 4 plus 2 is 6, so they will miss with a 6
Okay.
on Burk. So that brings us to top of the round. Sundial, what are you doing?
Okay. Tippy, would you say that they're all within a 40-foot diameter of me?
All of them? A
Yeah.
40-foot diameter? I would say that is a pretty good assumption, yeah.
Are any
Oh
of
wait,
my-
diameter.
All the way across
So like
diameter.
an orb.
You would see,
like, if,
yes,
like
yes,
in
yes, yes,
40
yes.
feet.
Yeah, I get you. It's
Orb.
40-foot diameter, 20-foot radius. So, like, 20
Yes.
feet below you would hit, like, the ones just barely
Like-
on the deck below you at the
Okay.
watchtower. So
Okay.
you'll hit, I'll say, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. At a stretch, 6?
Okay.
18.
I
5.
would like to, because I am going to shoot a thing that has a 20-foot radius. Okay. It's not fireball, because I
Oh.
don't have that spell currently.
Oh,
Because for some
okay.
reason I didn't prepare it with my level up. I am going to cast Synaptic Static.
Synaptic static. Oh my
Or
god.
Synaptic
Static. Yes, I know exactly
You
what
choose
that
a
spell
point
is.
within range, cause psychic energy to explode there. Each creature within 20-foot radius sphere centered on that point must make an intelligence saving throw. A creature with an intelligence score of 2 or lower can't be affected by this spell. The
Okay.
target takes 8d6 psychic damage on a failed save, or half as much damage on a successful one.
Also,
Allie,
they
go
get a
ahead and-
-4, 1d4 on their save because of
On
the
all their saves.
psychic silver that I did. So they get -1 to all of their saves.
Okay.
And I believe you said at least 4 of them had a 4.
Now, the order that they're in. Oh wow! Wait a minute. No, you hit 6 of them.
Yep.
Okay.
So only 2 of them get the -1.
Yeah, only 2 of them get the -1. I'll say that the 2 that get the -1 are there. What is your DC?
16.
Oh, we're the same.
That one got a natural 20.
Okay.
Oh.
Wait,
Did it have
is that in my
advantage on
house
that
rules? Let me
thing?
double check if that's in my house rule of saves. Yes, super saves. Okay, so that one is gonna take.
Super.
Well, actually, no, it's got a -1, so it saves, but it only takes half instead of quarter. That one fails. That one got a. Oh fuck! That one fails too.
Okay.
Okay, so that. So all of them fail.
Okay.
Okay. So I need to
failed
re-roll each of these. Yeah.
Okay. After a failed save, a target has muddled thoughts for 1 minute. During that time, it rolls a d6 and subtracts the number rolled from all its attack rolls, and ability checks, as well as its Constitution saving throws. To
Just
maintain
debuffing.
concentration, the target can make an intelligence saving throw at the end of each of its turns, ending the effect on itself. Granted, let's see here. Okay, so it's not saves, but it's checks. So I'm going to roll 8d6 currently.
Okay. So everything that got hit by that blast is negatively affected in their checks
In their attacks.
and their attacks.
And attacks. Checks and attacks.
Okay.
Okay, I currently have
We love a good debuff.
5d6. Gonna roll the 5 first, and I gotta roll 3 more. Okay. That's a lot.
Okay.
Man.
18. 4. 22. And I still got to roll 3 more dice.
Okay.
Here's the other 3.
Okay.
That's a 6, so 28, 30, 33 damage.
33 psychic damage.
Yep.
Allie, did you make that save as well?
Oh shit.
I will put it just outside of the cusp of that. Because it
If
doesn't
you
have to be
remove-
centered on me.
What save is it?
Okay, so if you can actually position the radius.
Yes, I would be positioning it in a way that I could be able to hit all of them without hitting Ellie.
Okay, here's the thing. But you can position the radius in such a way it will not hit you or Allie. It'll hit the people in the it'll hit the people in the box, it'll hit the one in there, it'll hit those 2 on the bottom. If
people in
you
the box?
move it in such a way, you can hit the 2 that are in melee combat with Burk and Quinlan, but they will also be affected if you move it in that way.
Do I know they're there?
Do you know that Burk and Quinlan are there?
I don't know. Can we see them?
Not initially. If you wanted to look before you leap, I could say that.
I didn't think about that.
So
And I
it's up
am
to
now
you.
terribly sorry that I'm doing this.
Also, you don't know that
What?
the shadows are down there either, though, so you wouldn't know
No,
to
I
turn
don't.
it
You
there.
also don't know that
Yeah,
the
I
shadows
would've-
are down there. Yeah. So
I
based on
literally
what
would
you
have
can
like
see,
posted it to put it there, and then anything that
So
would
you
have
just
been in that
so
area
you
would have
just
just
see
been like
so you just
accidental.
move it far enough ahead of you that it hits everyone in the tower, but it doesn't affect anything downstairs. So that will.
I mean, it could be in like because my initial
not
thought was
downstairs.
that
It doesn't
on the
affect anything
other
on the
side of
river. I
it's
get you.
basically 20 feet away from me on the
Yeah.
other side.
Yeah.
Now, so I would just like point it right there because I'm
Yeah.
literally on the other
No,
side
I
of the
gotcha,
tower.
I gotcha, I
So
gotcha.
it would be like the first court of like the stairs right there. So essentially, all the shadows inside the box, everything that's up top,
The one on the
would
catwalk,
be getting
and
hit,
then the
and then
the 2
few
kind of at
maybe
the,
like
at
the,
the two
maybe
kind
the
of at the
first
base.
like
Yeah.
within the first 20, 30 feet on the stairs right there because
Yeah.
it's a 40-foot stairway.
Yeah.
Up.
Yeah.
So I would
it's
have
a
hit
spiraling
multiple.
stair, so it goes
Okay.
like 20 feet up, but it spirals to get up there. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, that will still affect roughly 6 shadows, and
Okay.
all of those ones. You said you do 33 damage.
Yes.
Everything that you caught within that sphere dies. It just like fizzles and like as the synaptic static like releases, you feel like this just this loud static like lightning type ball of like a plasma ball effect envelops this area and then implodes and claps on itself, releasing this energy and basically just fucking like Thanos snapping 6 of these out of existence. So that
I think that was all of them.
includes that one.
As I look at
Hold on. That includes that one. That includes those 2 already died. That includes this one, this one. It includes, I believe, that one, because that's the one that hit under the base, the legs. Because those are who are already dead. That one, because that was on the stairs. Yeah. All right. So in one fell swoop, just this synaptic static kills everything in the box, the one on the catwalk, and 2 on the bottom. And that means that Quinlan, it is immediately your turn.
Well, first I'm gonna just
What about-
RP to Allie. So
Oh, I
sorry
didn't-
about you getting hurt, but that was. Thank you for the healing.
Yeah. When we have a moment, we should probably talk about the whole, like, you trying to take my mom to a different location thing.
Oh, we can do that whenever you want. We can do that right now if you want.
And we move to Quinlan. Quinlan, you are.
Always my turn.
So there are 2 in melee with you and Burk. Like, Burk and you are kind of like side by side. One is on the side of Burk. These shadows are kind of in flanking, but they're not flanking either one of you because you are at each other's backs. So, like, it's like on a grid, it would be Shadow, Burk, you, Shadow. And you can see them because they are enveloped in their light, yeah. As you see and hear this giant synaptic ball just like crackle out, and you see like 6 shadows all just diffuse all at once on the tower and otherwise, it just like, and you see the 2 in melee with you.
Okay. Yeah. I'm going to lash out at the one in front of me with the quarterstaff warning.
Okay.
First one is a 12.
That just hits.
Okay. 11 damage.
Battery
11.
critical.
Ah, Umberly!
Oh no!
Oh, that
Umberly.
witch.
Battery low. Charging battery.
Okay, Umberly, thank you. All right.
No need for all the announcements, lady.
Yeah, 11 damage to the one in melee with you. All right. You
And then
across the jaw, just or whatever jaw it would have, and it's just like
24 to hit.
mm-hmm.
What, no, 2. Five damage.
5, just like also, is your quarterstaff magical?
Yes.
Good to know.
Also, I'm pretty sure monks. At
Oh, no,
like
yeah, it
certain
is a
level
quarterstaff
can
of
just
warning, yeah.
Do
It's a
magic
quarterstaff.
damage with their
No, it's a
fists.
quarterstaff of warning, so yes, it is magical. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
So that's 16. Okay.
Gonna hold flurry of blows.
Okay.
Gonna hold that for the moment. Yeah, that's not gonna work, so I will end turn here.
Okay. It goes to Burk. Burk is in melee with one of the other ones.
Rage.
Burk is in melee with one that's like... Give me 1 second. I just got a knock at my door. Hello? Hold on
What?
1 moment.
Should we go to a break? Do an ad?
No, we're not. We're not close to a break. We're. Yeah. So just talk about.
So how are you guys liking the combat?
It's fun.
I'm enjoying.
I just
Do you-
calculate. What? Yeah.
No, you go.
Oh, I decided to calculate because I did 33 damage to 6 different targets. So 198 damage in total.
Yeah, AoE. They'll do that.
I think I like playing a sorcerer. This is fun, guys. Only took me.
Burke's making me miss playing
Yep.
a barbarian. I miss
Yeah?
I miss just like combat as a barbarian is easy. I hit and then I go and watch TikTok on my phone while everyone else does stuff.
You could always multi-class.
Zog will never multi-class.
I'm a ranger at heart, so playing spellcasters is weird.
All right, I'm back.
All right. Burke rage.
Burk rages.
Burke rage.
All right,
I don't
and
know.
then-
I don't know how y'all do the rage though.
I'm Mr. Rage.
You do like
Doesn't he-
you have like the 10,000 list you do for the wild magic.
Yeah.
Oh,
But
right.
In,
Yeah, let
in
me
combat,
pull
it's
that up.
technically a D8 for the effect of what actually happens.
I was
right?
about to say there's a D8 for when you do it and entering combat, but my special list.
Okay. So
Oh,
let me-
you know what? No, I have the perfect response for this. The magical effect that the magical effect that comes from Burke's wild magic,
Yeah.
Willow. You feel an aura of silence surround your head and body as you see a ray shoot out from Burk's body and it impacts you. You feel yourself unable to speak verbally. And that's the canon of how that happened in that episode.
All right.
So we don't even need to do anything for you to recover from it. It's just, it's gonna end by the time the next episode happens. It just wraps it all up in a nice little bow, doesn't it?
Yes.
I'm sorry, Willow. That's pretty great, actually.
Okay, and then I just swing at it with the vicious longsword twice.
Nice. There you go.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you can, absolutely.
Which, so much math I have to do for this. 11 plus 6 plus 3 twice. I rolled literally the same numbers twice.
11
so,
plus 6 plus 3
dirty,
is...
dirty 20, 2 dirty
So,
20s.
8, so
Dude, that's it. This,
22 plus 18
And it's a magical...
is 40 damage.
What? No, rolling to hit. But,
rolling to hit.
yeah, rolling to
It was a
hit.
20
yeah.
both times.
Yeah, 2 dirty 20s.
Yeah, they both hit.
Damn.
All right.
Sorry, I thought you were doing damage.
These-
Also,
I don't-
holy shit! Don't you have like vicious attacker, too now? Like when you crit, you get another attack. Or is that a later level?
No, that's
with-
something else. Yeah.
Damn.
They also didn't crit. Hello?
Oh, they got 2 nat 20s.
No, they
Dirty
got 2
20s.
dirty 20s.
Dirty. Oh fuck! I'm sorry.
2d10
I'm not.
Plus.
Okay.
8, 26 slashing damage.
26 slashing.
Magical slashing.
And this is magical slashing. Yeah,
Yeah.
26. Even if they were at full, they go, like, you see one slash cut across the body, just, and another slash make the X to form across the rest, and it, like, shatters and unravels into a wispy black smoke. And that one is dead. I'll call that one. Oh, I need to. Oh, there's one more. I'll go ahead and roll initiative for that.
Oh, I didn't know they were a great weapon master. Shit. I would have done that. All right, never mind.
Oops. So,
Oh yeah, I would have done that with reckless attack. All right. Killed it anyways.
all of those shadows are dead. Allie, it immediately comes to you. As you
So
see these shadows just fizzle in the room ahead of you, just, and they just like.
So are there none in my viewpoint?
There are none that you can see on the tower anymore. If you want to look over the edge, you kind of make a move over to the edge of the tower, and you can look down and see one in melee with Quinlan.
Okay.
But not much else. It looks like y'all are thinning their numbers severely. The
Okay.
only other one that you can see at a stretch looks like it's at approaching the base of the steps.
Okay. As I approach the railing, I'm gonna talk to Sundial as I'm taking my turn.
Mm-hmm.
I just be like, so, I mean, you kind of just like passed the boundary a little bit, kind of like talking to my mom without me, you know? And I'm like peering over, looking at what's down below.
Mm-hmm.
Sundial.
Um,
Talking to my mom without me is kind of.
I didn't know that there was boundaries. My bad.
That's
I
okay.
thought
I
I
just,
was
you know, it feels
thought it
kind
was
of.
just
I mean,
being
like,
helpful.
yeah. Why did you just like not include me in that? I'm gonna cast Psychic Lance on the one trying to walk up the stairs.
I thought I was with
I have to roll a
doing
save.
something nice for
Intelligence.
your family.
Rolled a hit for Psychic Lance?
Yeah, roll. They gotta roll a save.
Oh, they roll a save.
16
They-
intelligence.
Intelligence? They make the save.
They do.
Yes, they rolled a 19
Okay.
minus 2, that's a 17.
They
Oh
take.
wait, did they do another -6?
No, they weren't one of the ones affected
Oh wait,
by
no, they
the...
weren't. Okay, never mind. That's right. I
They
killed
take
all.
a half damage, so 17 minus half is. We're rounding up 8.
Psychic damage? Actually, psychic damage does full damage against these shadows.
But if he saved the
But it's
DC.
saved, so it rounds up to 8. All
Yeah.
right. It starts running up the stairs. You throw this psychic lance as it flies through the air. You see it kind of impact, just like spear right through the chest and like fade. As it like as it just like still kind of like rushing up the stairs.
I turn back to Sundial. I just go, is your offer out of sympathy or pity?
Neither. It's because I care about you and your family. You seem like good people.
I just don't, how can you know? You've only known them for, not even known me that long. How can you just make a judgment on somebody's character after a month, 2 months? Not even?
I met Zog for like 5 minutes and now we're best friends.
I don't know if I should be flattered or concerned. I'm gonna end my turn.
And Zog,
Bet Sundial?
you see one in melee with
Ellie's starting to become concerned with Sundial.
You see one in melee with Quinlan and one starting to rush up the stairs of the watchtower. Quinlan's looks a little hurt. The watchtower one also looks a little hurt.
I'm gonna try something a little silly because I don't know if it will work.
Little quirky.
A little quirky. Both Zog and Bradley have no idea if this is how shadows work. But Zog just sees a blob of shadow, and lightning didn't fucking kill it. He gave it all he got.
Yeah.
Zog's gonna cast Dispel Magic on it.
Okay.
At
What are you trying to
third
dispel?
Level. The magic shadow.
It
The
fails.
shadow.
It is a creature.
Okay. Well, no, I mean, Dispel Magic. Choose one creature, object, or magical effect within range.
Okay.
Any spell, third level, for each spell.
So a spell affecting it. There are no
A spell
spells
affecting.
There are no spells affecting this creature. It is a creature. It stays up.
Dog goes, be gone!
as it just like turns as it continues running up the stairs, and you see it disappear out of view as it exits the aura of the light.
Like,
and
it
if a
gets
shadow
splashed
could
with a little
laugh,
bit of water.
if
Yeah.
a shadow could laugh, you
Oh.
just hear it just as it like.
Oh, okay. Another 40 points of damage then. No, I can. No, I mean, as a bonus action, I can crash it down again because
You can.
Yeah. So.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
gonna. Yeah. No, that's why I like Call Lightning. Bonus action, Call Lightning down to the
Sure.
one that I tried to dispel.
Sure. All right. So the lightning hits the stairs. Just. Is it automatically max damage, or do you have to channel something for that?
I have to use my channel divinity. I'm not gonna do it this time. So it makes
Sure.
another deck save.
Dex save 16.
17.
Oh. All right. So how much?
3d10.
3d10.
It does 11 damage.
11.
11. It laughs and I hit it with lightning.
And it laughs like, and it's like, but it's still alive. It's still running.
Alright, that's my turn.
So how much did you do with your psychic lance? 8, and then you just did 11, rounded up as 6. So that's 14. Okay.
Yes, this is very good.
All right. The one that is in melee with Quinlan. 15. No.
Does not hit.
All right. It like you see it's still telegraphing its attacks as you just like just duck right underneath this massive shadow claw. And nothing else happens. It will attempt to run away from you. Do you take your opportunity attack?
Yes.
All right. And you previously did 17 damage to that one, I believe. 11 and then 6.
27 to hit.
It hits. Yeah, bullet.
7 damage.
7 damage. You leave it just hanging on by a thread as it like runs towards the stairs. It'll make all 40 of its movement to start going up the stairs following the other one. No, that one. It'll start following that one up the stairs. I should have mentioned that this movement is conjunctive with, in between Burk and Allie's turn, it made its 40 feet of movement to start going up the stairs, and it made it about like 3/4 of the way up. And the lightning kind of hit, during its ascent. And there is one more. Or Willow, sorry, Willow. You feel an aura of silence.
And do you realize all of my spells are verbal?
Oh no! Oh no! Well, it's a good thing you did your Halo of Spores before this happened.
I'm happy I did. So.
You have wild shape.
You do also have wild
But
shape.
then my spores will disappear.
The Halo of Spores.
That's fine.
It's one or the other.
So, you can see one kind of 1/3 of the way up the stairs and one kind of like 3/4 of the way up the stairs. You can fly if you'd like to reach
I have
one of them.
my staff.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go at it, well, like directly to it,
Yeah, and
angry.
I imagine
yeet.
like bullet. I imagine like just bullet trail, just and just like smacking it with a staff. So what does the Halo of Spores do for your melee attacks?
It gives me an extra die for necrotic damage. So, yeah, well,
Okay.
better than nothing.
You might want to reconsider that wording. So what are you hit it with?
I'm gonna use my Staff of Woodlands just to hit it. Just smack it. So it'd be bludgeoning.
Okay, that's that one. Wait, did you go to the one further up or the one closer? Or the one
Probably
like less
the
further up?
Closest.
The closest, well, here's the weird thing. With the spiral, the closest one would be you flying straight up to the one that's like 3/4 of the way up the stairs.
Yeah, then
Okay,
that's
so it's
fine
that
with
one.
me.
Yeah. Okay, so what do you hit it with? What was the attack?
It's gonna be a 19 to hit with
That
my...
hits.
Yes.
What die do you add for the necrotic damage?
A D6.
Don't even roll it. It will do
Right.
nothing.
So it's gonna be 10 points of damage.
10 points. By a fucking sliver. It looks like it's still moving. Again, these are y'all are just like, I put these shadows like right at the threshold of their hit point maximum, and y'all have been hitting them down to like 1 hit point. So there's one more, and it's gonna kind of emerge from the base and approach Burk. Or will it? Or is it gonna just go up the stairs? It has seen its buddies like fry in the watchtower, so it's just gonna like approach Burk, because at this point Burk is something it can hit. So it. I need to re-roll that one. That is a 15 on Burk. 15 doesn't hit Burk, does it?
No.
All right. It misses its attack. And you'll use like, it actually won't use any of its movement to move away because it knows that it's probably gonna fucking die anyway.
Hellish Rebuke only works if it hits me. Oh no, I can only do that once. I don't have spell slots.
You can also only do that once. Sundial.
Yes.
It's back up to you.
Yay! Sundial wants to start looking around places.
You see one shadow that starts to like crest over the top of the stairs to the catwalk you all are still on, and you see you're looking over the balcony. You see one making its way up the stairs as well, and you also see one that just approached Burk. If you moved down to the point of the catwalk that Allie moved to, then you will also get an opportunity to see one that is in melee with Burk.
Okay. I want to protect our stairway from anything else going
Sure.
over. So I am going to send over my little slime companion, Mosaic, over to the stairs, and then do summon construct around it. As you, Allie, as you see my little slime creature just walk over there, you then just see me cast magic around it as spiritual manifestation of a construct begins to come around it and create a kind of suit of robotic armor as Mosaic is now piloting a mech.
Oh my god, it's so cute. I think I did look at this. This is very, very cute. So
And I will then have, I think that happens on like the end of my turn, is that they can attack or move, stuff like that.
I mean Mosaic has your initiative, so yeah, I would say that it's Mosaic, like the construct and Mosaic have the same initiative, so they will also do Mosaic and Mosaic's movement was to get over to the thing of the stairs. So the mech, so the little construct, it will. Does it have a ranged attack?
Let me see here. Constitution immunity, paralysis, friend, incapacitate, heated body, metal only. The creature that touches the construct or hits it within melee, within 5 feet. Okay. So multi-attack, slam, target, hits 1d8 spell plus the spell's level bludgeoning damage.
What I'm basically saying is, if it doesn't have any more movement and it doesn't have a ranged attack, it will end its turn by standing at the top of the stairs.
It is. I can move. Like I can create it and then it can move.
How much movement does it have?
Because I can cast it within like 90 feet. So I'll put it at the front of the stairs. It can move up to 30
feet. Okay, so the construct, so Mosaic's mech will just kind of like mech-zaic, if you will.
What materials are around it? Because it does construct around it. Is it more of a clay or stone or metal?
You see like wood splinters and kind of metal banding, almost like metal banding that would have done trim on the inside of the shack itself. And like little, one or two of the roof panels made of like sheet metal, just kind of like, and some of the boards peel and just make a shell around Mosaic. It looks like a little tiny mech suit and little tiny levers, and it is made of a combination of scrap metal, scrap wood, and iron bands and rivets.
So I like to imagine that it kind of also floats a little bit like how Sundial's old body used to be.
Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
Not everything attaches, but it's like
of course, yeah.
Yeah. So moving that down the stairs, it's going to do a slam attack.
Awesome.
And I'm going to be touching the creature with a slam attack. So another ability comes into play with it if I hit. That is
all you need to do is roll to hit. Because any amount of damage that you will do to it, this one will kill it. Just don't miss.
I don't know what the spell attack modifier is, but I imagine it's probably mine.
Use your own.
So +8 not to hit. So I rolled a 15 +8 is going to be 23.
Yeah, you fucking like with the little construct mech-zaic will just kind of like punch its body and it will just like fall off of the walkway and just splatter into shadow at the bottom of this.
So that was cast at level 5, so she has a second attack.
Wow. Okay. You cannot move far enough to make a melee with the shadow that is the other shadow on the stairs.
Okay, then
You
I
can
will
get close though.
Hold.
If you just park it
that
on the
until-
stairs, yeah.
Can I hold that until? Well, I guess I'll get attack of opportunity if they come into.
Yeah, if they come into melee with you, they'll get an attack of
Okay.
opportunity.
Free action. I just want to look around.
Yeah.
The inside of the shack, since there's no window or anything like that.
Looking around the inside of the shack, you can see now that the shadows have been dispersed. Now the floor is coated with a thin layer of darkness and shadow and void, but the rest of the shack on the inside looks more like your eyes have adjusted and you can actually see what's on the inside of the shack. And you can see some basic, like, observation equipment. You can see a couple of weapons hanging up on the wall. And we can kind of resolve what you see on the inside, because y'all are very close to ending here. Ending initiative. Absolutely. So, Quinlan, my friend. There is one more shadow in melee with Burk. Now, imagine the grid is Shadow, Burk, you. So you are basically catty-corner to it at the moment.
Sorry, was. Oh shit! Not my turn. Is it? I've been.
All right. I'm gonna go for quarterstaff of warning.
Mm-hmm.
15 to hit.
Ooh, hits.
All right.
I just spilled water all over myself.
Yippee.
10 damage. Well, Thirsty Thursday was yesterday, Dippy.
Hey. A boy can dream, can't he? Anyway, so what is the damage from the first hit?
10.
10, okay.
And then I'd like to use the Fist of Unbroken Air.
Interesting. What might that do?
It is a strength saving throw of DC 13.
Mm-hmm.
Choose a creature within 30 feet of you.
Mm-hmm.
Creature makes a saving throw.
Mm-hmm.
On failed, creature takes 3d10 bludgeoning plus an extra 1d10 for each additional key point.
You said a
spent.
strength save?
Yes.
13.
Yes. Push the creature 20 feet away and knock it prone. On successful, creature takes half as much damage and it stands its ground.
So the 13 is the save that it rolled?
I believe we have meets it, beats it.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, wait. So it just met the DC?
Yeah,
Damn. So
DC 13.
So it takes half damage on this then?
Yep.
Okay. Good to know. Good to know.
Good numbers, too. 22 cut in half to 11.
So 11. As it... and you previously did 10 damage to it. So this one has taken 21. You see the unbroken air just like whiz past it, and you see some of the shadowy like. Have you ever seen a dark flame, like a black flame? You see some of it wisp off of its body like a black flame, and then like the air just passes it by. It is definitely weak, but it is not dead. It is very close, though. But it immediately goes to Burk. So Burk has one in melee of it.
Burk is gonna pull out their phone and call the guild, see what's going on. Burk's gonna go swing, like the All-American Rejects.
What is the minimum amount of damage that Burk can do on one swing?
On one swing, the least amount of damage they can do is 5.
Roll to attack.
Nope, 8.
Roll to attack.
Alright.
If they hit, they will kill it.
18 plus 3 plus 3 plus 8.
As it like disperses and shadow just explodes out in an aura. There is only one more, and it is on the stairs, which is actually...
That was a 30 to hit for those who were...
30 to hit. Burk, you're doing such a good job. If only you were actually here. I'm sorry. That was actually a little mean. The funny thing about this shadow is that it's at the end of initiative. So Allie, unless Burk wants to do anything else with their turn,
I'm gonna call the guild.
They actually have been meaning to do that. No, but Allie.
Oh, Dad, how you doing?
You see, you see that Malthus has just been like watching.
All right.
It's gone by a little quick. Like he's kind of darting back and forth, like what? Like, he's just kind of watching in awe.
Yeah, that's it. All right,
Allie. There's one shadow. It is on the opposite side of the walkway that you like kind of are on. So you're looking in the direction of the boat. This shadow is kind of running up the walkway on the opposite side of the catwalk. But the mech is also standing there.
So there's no windows on this cabin.
No.
If I walked through it, could I get close enough to try to play another fiddle note and maybe see what that note does?
You could like vault. There's still a wall for that extends about like halfway up.
Let's do that. Do I
I'll
need
say
to roll anything to
vaulting
vault
takes like
over
5. I'll say vaulting over it would take like 5 feet of movement each. So you'll do you'll vault into the window, run the 25 feet run the 20 feet across, vault over the next window, and you can look down at the catwalk below you and see this last one.
Okay.
All right.
I'm gonna run my across. Let's do the D string, and I'm going to try something. I want to try to harmonize with the note to negate any damage it might do to me.
Interesting thought.
Like hum to harmonize?
Sure.
I don't know if that will work.
So the D note, which string is that relative? Because there's 4 strings.
So it goes G is the lowest, D is the second lowest,
your string,
A, and then E is
you're
the
harping
highest.
the second string then.
Yep, just
Okay.
a straight line
and
across.
The first one you harped was the highest one, which is the 4th one?
Yep.
Okay,
So
on
I'm
the
doing the
second
second.
string, you hear this D, you hear this like kind of like tenor D, just kind of like just play as you kind of like gee, if only this thing wasn't oh wait, no. Okay. Designate one target.
The shadow that I'm looking at.
It rolls an 18 charisma. Does that beat your spell save?
Yeah, I only have a 16.
It succeeds. You feel
What is it though?
You feel a charming effect coming from the bow. This would be the equivalent of just a blanket charm on one target you select. If it's because you can do charm person and it's a slightly weaker effect. You can do charm monster, which is a stronger effect. But it will basically act as a blanket charm, and it will. Yeah.
Okay.
But it succeeded. So it just like. It is not charmed by you, unfortunately. So sorry.
Do I percept a effect of my harmonization?
This is a targeted string, so it does not affect you.
So I would not know if there's any. Okay.
Yeah, it's a
and then I
targeted
guess
string, so it does not affect you. Yeah, no.
I'll use my bonus action to give
And also, you don't percept
Mosaic
it,
an
but you do
inspiration.
perceive it. Yeah.
I know it's perception, so I was percepting it.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna give Mosaic an inspiration, so 1d8 the next time.
And with
they
that,
roll.
don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after this short break. Ah!
Mhm.
I'm glad I caught it this time. We're
Proud of
very
you.
close, y'all. We're very close. We're very
This is
close.
a charm.
They can still hear us also.
Howdy.
Who would be next? Zod would be next.
Charm.
Hit it with lightning.
Kill it with thunder.
Look, I know the lightning's not very effective at this point, but like,
I'll be right
That's what I
back.
got.
that's all I got.
That's
That's what
kind of
I
our
am.
thing.
That's what I got. Yeah.
I am
Yeah, let's
Zog.
hold on
I
to
hit
this.
things
You
with
have
lightning.
2.5 minutes.
Can I just drown it? I'm just gonna walk up and grab it and throw it in the water.
I'm just
Good
gonna walk up.
wash.
Did he just walk forward slowly and down smash?
If you had to do, we're gonna say like 20 session D&D campaign as a Super Smash Bros. Character, who are you picking?
Kirby.
Ooh. King K.
Kirby's a King K.
No, Rob.
Or Ness.
I would absolutely positively be Rob.
I'm going with Snake.
I'm gonna run around
Link.
with Ness.
See, that feels like a very
I
cop-out
feel like you
answer
choose
for your
Snake
question, though.
because of
like
his
the
nice
nature
ass.
of your question. Like Snake has so many weapons. Like
Exactly.
Like-
No, but like imagine this. Like it is pure high fantasy. And you're like, yeah, I pull out an RPG.
yeah, I use gun. Like
I cast gun.
I want to be Ness and just carry around a baseball bat, just smack
That
you.
is fair.
Ooh, that's actually
Okay,
pretty
fine.
dope. I like that
Badly,
idea
yeah,
too.
So
badly,
do I.
it's valid because you got isekai.
Yes.
Yeah.
But if Snake feels like a cop out, then my next answer is Rosalina with like the star familiar.
Ooh, that's a really good
Ooh.
answer though. I like that one a little more than Snake. Yeah. It's your
I think
question.
Bradley
Why am
just
I
had a,
critiquing your answer to
I
your
know.
question? Yeah.
I feel very attacked right now.
That was funny.
Dadley, that feels like a basement yard moment there. That's a bitch answer. What's
That's
your
a
favorite
bitch
flavor
answer.
of Pop-Tart?
Oh, you want a
Oh.
real answer, Joey?
Honestly, if I were to be in the fantasy world, fucking Samus. Just giant ass cannon, just shut up.
Also very
she
true.
has so many weapons.
No,
Like,
but here's the thing. Samus has like one weapon though. Like
Yeah.
it's a good
And they
weapon.
can curl up in a bar. They're literally just like in armor.
Like Snake
artifacts.
has claymores and grenades and an RPG and the parachute system and a pocket pistol and a rifle. Like
yeah, that sounds like an artificer to me.
they're.
Yeah.
You do have a point. We're coming back in 2, 1.
Fine, Steve.
And welcome back. So we are moving on in the order to Zog.
Lightning.
What's the minimum amount of damage you can do with a lightning bolt?
I mean, I guess 4, or I guess 2 if it passes.
Ooh, so
dex
actually, oh yeah, no, it does do a dex save. Sorry, I put most of them away because there's only one left. It got a natural 20.
Okay.
This shadow refuses to die to a lightning bolt.
All right,
It's
let
gonna
me
take.
roll.
So not only is the damage halved because it's lightning, halved because it made the save, it's also halved again.
6.
So it's
Alright,
1/8.
12,
So it's
6,
1/8 of the damage of what you just rolled for the damage.
3, 1, 3 divided by 2. It does 1 damage. Wait, no, 2 because we round up.
We're rounding
Because
up.
you round up. Okay, you bring down a lightning bolt. I'm gonna describe that it only does 2 damage in this way. You just miss. Like, the frizzle of the lightning, like, the frizzle of the lightning hits it a little, but you just, like, you're aiming, and you're like, and it just straight up misses. But it's enough, the electrical charge is enough to hit it for 2 damage. It's still up. With, I believe, yeah, that many hit points. Willow, there is 1 shadow left. That you can see, and you like fly down the curvature of the stairs and you can see it.
I'll go attack it.
Yeah, just roll to attack it. What is the minimum? 9 total? You miss.
Yep.
As you like swing, you like whiff and you like spin around in the air like a couple of rotations, and you just like God, guys. Okay. Here's something a shadow can do. It sees the thing blocking its path on the stairwell. It reaches out a hand to the pole of like the structure itself. It like amorphously moves into one of the cracks in that pole, and it slides up it along the bottom and reapparates on the catwalk directly next to you. Sundial, it goes for an attack. How does a 14 sound?
It does not hit.
All right. As you see this shadow kind of like it swings, but you like this time you actually do like duck your head, and it like just
Mosaic, kill this thing.
most of its
Mosaic has inspiration.
Yes, they do.
Here's the thing, Mosaic is on the catwalk, kind of like the mech moving back up it and along the side of it. It is You said it can move 30 feet.
Yes.
It just barely can't reach melee with this.
What if I
there's a
make
one,
the
it's
mech
like 10 feet
climb
instead of
up?
5. It can make acrobatics or an athletics. Does the summoned construct have an athletics score?
It has a strength of 18.
So +4. So roll an athletics for the mech to climb, and just add +4.
That's a 16.
16. I'll say with a 16, you can jump and like grab the and like hoist yourself up, and it gives it the rest of its movement to go up and hit it. All right, sounds good.
Roll to attack.
Slam. Roll to attack.
Let's get it, slam. Can't take it to the gym.
Come on in, slam. And welcome to the gym.
That is a nasty 20.
Nice. All right, and damage.
I get to roll 1d8, but because it's metal for its thing, it has a heated body, so it's extra 1d10.
Okay.
Of fire damage.
Okay, so what is the 1d8 for the attack itself?
It's just melee weapon attack.
Yeah. No, I need the number separately because it is
it is 6.
Okay, and then roll your d10 for fire.
10.
All right. As Mosaic jumps up onto the catwalk and walks over and slams the last shadow with a heated melee attack. How do you want to do this?
It just like a cat claw, just ups and drops back behind it as the shadow like was about to attack me. It's just, and just Slap.
And
With a
it,
big old cat claw.
and it disperses into a cloud of darkness and void.
And I praise Mosaic because they are a good cat and they did a good job. I give them scritches.
As the wind fades, and all you hear now is the running of the river below you. You all feel weak but alive. And this aura of silence feels unmistakable. As all of you kind of come down from the effects of the fight, what are some immediate actions that are being taken? You all are aware of where you are. A couple of you didn't even leave the boat. Some of you did and are on the riverbank. Some of you are still up in the tower.
I have Mosaic for an hour. They will replace my strength by just carrying me around. Because they have a +8 to strength.
The strength drain that you all feel, you feel as if you would need to take a rest of some kind to rejuvenate yourselves.
That sucks for you guys. I only walked 5 feet.
Which basically...
Did you run the rest or what?
Which basically means until you will have this decrease to your strength unless you take a short or a long rest.
We have I have this, and I point out to the mech for about an hour. So if we want to take a little break, they can, like, Mosaic can do a good job of keeping us safe for a bit.
Oh, very cute.
I'm good.
I think they look.
I'm gonna
just flat.
go back up to the boat, flop down on the deck. Give me just 20 minutes, and I pass out.
We'll give them an hour. It's okay. I'm gonna look around because
Because I'm standing in the cabin because I jumped through it. So
All right.
I went
so
through this for a reason. I want to look at things.
Okay, so I will describe the cabin for both of you. Inside of the cabin of this watchtower outpost, again, you see some basic communication implements. You see what looks like a long abandoned mechanical apparatus of some sort with an antennae and a kind of looks like a receiver piece. Looks a little magical, but it also looks very like clockwork. Like, none of you will have seen one in this pristine of a condition before, but it looks like some kind of like a radio receiver. Yes.
can I roll a insight check to see if it looks similar to the handiwork of whoever made the clockwork beings that we fought like so many episodes ago?
You make an insight check. Absolutely.
I have very intimate
That was
knowledge
like-
of those pieces because I took
Yes.
them for a long period of time. And I'm
Yes.
just curious.
So what's your insight?
15?
In game,
15. You get the feeling that this piece has a different handiwork feel to it. It feels simpler, but not less complicated, if that makes sense.
Okay.
There are definitely moving bits and bobs and wires in here. There are, like, again, it's in mostly it's not pristine because it's dusty. Otherwise, it is mechanically pristine. And it has not worked for a long time, though. Like a long time.
Very old.
Yeah, old
I don't
technology.
recognize the creator.
Yeah, and it is not the same creator as the Clockwork Men from the weapons testing range. Yes.
if I were to touch it, does it do anything, being that I am a clockwork sorcerer?
Do you have a Clockwork Sorcerer class trait that lets you do something with clockwork.
I don't know.
Let me see.
I'm just thinking story-wise, maybe
Yeah,
because
hold on a
I
second.
am connected
What
to
is it?
the world of, I would imagine, Mechanus or whatever, or the stars and the things and whatever.
Have you?
So you're just trying to kind of rule of cool this. I'll say it this way. The magic that flows through you as a clockwork sorcerer.
I do
is
have
strong.
identify.
You do have identify. All right.
Yeah, because I took because I'm fey touched.
So as you touch your hand to this kind of like radio receiver, or unknown object, you feel some of the magic course between you and the very long since past body of this object, and you watch it kind of like as you hear this soft crooning melody, this tune, just kind of emanating from it, in a very musical way. You hear some light background music of just like, kind of lounge-esque, but this is all very like, whoa, this box is making a musical noise. Like, it's, haven't come across too many things that actually do this. Like, surely this is
I have
magic.
a chest.
Well, no, but like it's just like this noise, this music is emanating from it effortlessly, like after you touch it, and it's just like you hear it and it's beautiful. Do you let go of it when you hear it?
No, because Sundial is curious.
Yeah, you continue holding on to it, and the music continues to play, just like this.
How loud is it?
Loud enough that the people on the boat can hear it faintly, but like not so loud that it emanates like a booming noise. Like it carries. The sound carries, but it doesn't disturb.
Can I jot down the song notes?
Make an intelligence check.
I'm a bard. I would know sheet music.
I'll give him the help action.
With advantage.
Okay, thank you.
Actually, help action, yeah, you get an advantage anyway, so yeah.
Okay, first one's a 12. The second one's an 11, so 12. Sorry, again.
11.
12.
Wow.
Disadvantage.
12.
Um,
You listen to it and you go to jot it down and you realize you don't have a spare piece of paper on you. And you look like looking like, oh, there's one, and you miss like a couple of the first ones, but you like jot down what feel like, but you miss like the first half of this song that you are hearing as you hear it.
I'm gonna steal it because nobody probably heard it in a long time. I got myself a stolen piece of musical art. Great,
incredible.
Thank you.
All right, so I like this. We keep it. Got it? Good with that? You good with that?
Got it.
Okay, cool. Also, why do you think these little things wanted this? Or wanted to protect this?
Maybe they're a fan of symphonies.
Looking around the rest of the room, you also see various books. You see a little bookshelf, like only like a 2-shelf bookshelf. Like one shelf is on the floor, the other shelf is just suspended, whatever. With a couple of books. Looks like they did not require much to occupy themselves in this watchtower. Again, on the wall are a couple of weapons. They look like basic weapons. You see what appears to be a single shot, what looks to be a long kind of like, I've described guns previously. This looks like a very small, short, squat gun, but it has a very large opening where the projectile would come out of it. How familiar would you feel with the concept of a flare gun?
I mean, Sundial makes his hand to a gun every time that like he goes to like he does.
Kind of
like,
looks like one of Sundial's like hand guns with a big round opening on the end of it.
He kind of does the Bomberman,
looking into the
Mega Man,
kind of like picking it up by the body and looking into it. You do see a projectile loaded into it. a large kind of like spiral projectile type thing on the end of it. Like, again, you're handling it in such a way that it will not go off. But because that's partially because you don't really have experience with them, and also because you're curious, and you're handling it in a different way. But yeah, you do see you have a single-use flare gun.
Yay. Ooh, I will add that to my inventory.
Yes. And again, on the wall, you also see a short bow, and like a quiver with like 5 arrows in it. Taking each arrow out, you see that on the end, instead of a perfectly sharp arrowhead, there is half of an arrowhead, and it ends in kind of like a spherical implement of some kind. And this spherical implement looks like it has a kind of like, for lack of a better way to put it, an indicator light on it. You have 5 tracking bolts. Or tracking arrows, rather.
That's
cool.
And I'll explain them if you identify them, or if you use them.
Yeah. Sure,
Also in this room, bed covers, dusty. Underneath the bed, you smell a moldy smell.
I smell it.
So I have-
Smelly. It's
I have
smell.
5 tracking bullets.
Tracking arrows.
Tracking arrows. I'm sure I'll get more information about them in a second. Okay, and then what's underneath the bed?
A moldy smell,
Okay.
as far as you can
Moldy
tell right now. Everything else in this room is pretty mundane.
Adding moldy smell to equipment.
Moldy smell. Do you look under the bed?
Yeah.
Looking under the bed, you see what appears to be the long decaying corpse of whoever must have been manning this tower when the shadows showed up. It is still kind of like, it's not fresh, but it is smelly.
Gooey.
It has been decomposing.
Do you think Willow would like this? As I look at Allie.
Willow, you are still on the top of the tower as well. Like you were kind of flying in a way that
Willow was interested in the shark that I brought back, so maybe. I don't know how
Willow,
high
you kind of
Willow's
like
standos are.
you kind of like
for-
flitter up to the
bodies.
top
I
cabin
mean, they did
area.
revive that dude with no head in hell.
Yeah. I mean, we should ask Willow what the standard of desire
Willow.
is.
As you think about,
Willow!
you call out and you turn around and Willow is right there in the room with
Willow,
you.
hi. I have a gift. Or I think is a gift. Here we go. Dead body.
It is a humanoid-sized dead body. It is not small. Just you huck it over your shoulder. The corpse does not shrink when you interact with it. Weirdly enough.
Huh.
I was just about to ask that.
I could carry it for you if you'd like.
I could have
Yeah?
Mosaic carry it. So
I
we
got-
don't
I
have to
got-
touch a dead body.
I got it. I don't mind. I've touched enough dead
You
things
sure?
in my time.
Okay.
It's all right.
Mosaic,
all
I'm
I'm gonna
sorry,
just pick it
Mosaic
up.
just goes. "Mwah."
You kind of like grab.
I'm gonna shift my cloak before I do that into something that's
Sure.
like smooth, so it won't like
Sure.
a raincoat texture.
Sure. Okay. How do you want to drag the body out from underneath the bed?
I don't
Where
like
are
that
you
you're
grabbing
Mosaic.
it, basically?
I'm gonna grab it by
Mosaic,
underneath,
pick
like,
up the bed.
armpits.
Armpit.
Yeah.
The arm comes off.
I just
With-
degloved it.
Yeah, you. So you pull
Are we
from
deboning
the
it?
armpit. You pull from the armpit.
No, it was like grab it under the armpit to pull
the
up.
arm bones disconnect from the shoulder, and you pull the arm like along the ground, and some of the skin like does rub off on the wood of the floor.
So, Willow, does it have to be like assembled? Great. I'm gonna just start pulling pieces of it out.
As you, okay, what part of you grab? You grab like a leg, and the leg does have a little stronger purchase on the rest of the body as you like drag, like pulling, and like you feel it disconnect, and you're like stop, like, and then you like. Do you at any point grab it around the torso?
Sure.
As you do, you feel your arms sink into the rotten, moldy flesh.
Okay, I gotta roll a Constitution saving throw for that.
Yeah.
I've reached my threshold probably.
Yeah,
That's
it's
an
pretty
8.
gross. 8?
It's an 8. I'm just gonna.
You feel supper coming up again. Again, it's not fresh, but it is
Well, can you
decomposing.
can you use throw up?
I don't even think I have any spells that would be useful right now for this stupid bit.
Let me see if I have anything.
How many items either?
I'm gonna cast Lesser Restoration on you.
You could try to put them together with a paper clip.
The paper clip.
I'm gonna grab the spoon out of my bag, the tarnished silver spoon, and I'm just gonna start like scooping it out, like all the soft bits, so I can get to the bones. You know, maybe I can just salvage the bones at this point. It's a gift for my friend.
Oh god. 90% of the body is now out from underneath the bed. The last thing remaining is like the remnants of the left arm and the head. Like if I'm
going.
so, time out. I realize this is very gross. Am I reaching anyone's limit of like gross out?
Not the description, but all the fucking puke noises are genuine getting to me. Like
Okay.
I'm real close to like genuine.
All right, I will. Yeah, sorry.
No, it's okay. It's okay. I'm trying my best. I
will cast Lesser Restoration on Badly.
It's as if those noises never happened. No.
I don't feel any better.
I'm just gonna like lock in. I'm gonna collect the bones at this point because the skin and the body parts are just not.
Sure. You ever had a nice rack of ribs?
No,
The bone just kind of like
I'm vegetarian.
you grab the bone and the rest of the flesh and the meat just kind of
Have you
slides
had
off
a nice
Oh,
rack of
brilliant.
and lands on the
Beyond
floor.
Meat ribs?
Okay, not my problem, not my floor.
Yeah, and you just have a couple of arm bones, a couple of hand bones. Some of the hand bones are like disintegrated. It's been decaying for a while. Like 2 or 3 of the actual ribs from the rib cage like are cracked and soft, but the rest kind of come in one piece. Like they're detached from the sternum, but they are attached to their respective spinal column bits. And the spinal column itself does seem to not be suffering as much as the rest. The head, you notice, as you grab it, like, the rest of it comes with you. Brett, thank you for the raid with 2. We appreciate you, buddy. We appreciate you, buddy.
Warning, body horror? Decomposing body horror.
Decomposing body.
Yes.
The last part that you grab...
Did we mention that we're an 18+ channel?
The last part that you grab in the mention is the head, and the head does come basically with it. Like it stays in mostly one piece. Oh my god, what happened? That was
we have stretch.
Oh, did we?
We gotta stretch and hydrate. Hi Brett.
I'm stretching.
Welcome. Thank you. I haven't hydrated. You do see, amongst all of the decay and the rot, kind of like sitting adjacent to the body is a name tag. And
Can I read it?
It reads,
What language is it in? I speak Celestial Common and Thieves' Camp.
It's in French for some
If it was
reason.
just like, I was just gonna tell you.
It's in common.
Okay, great.
But you see
I don't
a
speak
symbol.
that.
You see a symbol with
Can you
like.
imagine?
Oh god!
Oh, could you imagine?
You see
Yeah,
a symbol.
Could you imagine?
You see a symbol with some what looks like waves and like a watchtower kind of iconograph, with the letters NUCCP, New York City Coastal Patrol, NUCP. And the name tag reads Alocasia.
What does it say?
I mean, they did, so it doesn't really matter.
There's your 10,000.
I just want to see if Zog knowed him.
Oh, I mean, Alocasia is a name. They're part of the New York City something or other policing force.
Son!
Why?
From the tower.
Yelling out of the tower.
Do you know?
What?
Do you know an alocasia?
I don't
Make a
have
history.
a case of aloe. Sorry.
Make
No,
a
it's a person.
Make a history check.
What? Make a history check. Ooh, that's actually really good for Zog. Oh, my history is +0, so 18.
18.
Wait.
Alocasia is was an
Was.
Urkish
No, they're
was
still here. They're just dead.
an Urkish kind of like
I mean, not them.
Kinda
the
like
things. Like
just-
just the things.
a person that took a boat ride with you. One of the first ones that you actually did a boat ride for in New York City proper. They mentioned that they were part of the New York City Coastal Patrol, and you also know that the New York City Coastal Patrol also patrols the rivers immediately surrounding New York City, because there are a few that surround it. The sprawl reaches all the way to the rivers in most directions, and they were nice.
Got inspiration.
Were nice.
Yeah, if only, somebody maybe had a trident that could bring this person back from suffering. But it's almost like maybe predestinedly I have to use it tomorrow.
Does the
I mean,
charge?
you
We're
should
bringing
okay.
the bits with us. It's fine.
It
Don't
does
the
not
charges
read.
recharge it?
It gets a charge a day, and it
Yeah.
takes 5 charges to use it. To use resurrection. So
Got it.
You would be on
Oh.
your 4th of 5 charges.
yeah, so I can't right
So
now.
no, you can't.
But
right
maybe
now.
Got it.
maybe tomorrow when we make a pit stop, I could use it.
Maybe.
Yeah, it was a nice dude.
So, yeah.
Okay, he seemed like it.
How do you know?
Don't worry about it.
All right, why do you ask?
Just we found a name tag with the name on it.
Okay. Why does it feel like you're? Yeah, I'm just gonna come up.
Okay.
Holding bones.
Bones.
And we hide the
and
bones. I
rotten
don't know why,
flesh
but we need to
and-
hide the bones.
Well, but we're bringing-
Why?
Oh, can you hold these?
Oh,
No, you didn't hear that. You didn't hear that.
Try to
You're
hand
bad-
them to Willow. Do they shrink
you
this
see,
stuff?
you both kind of feel the compulsion to look at Willow.
Well,
Um,
bones.
here you go.
Oh,
Do
Mirthy,
they-
you have inspiration.
I see. I have 12 now.
Ooh.
Wow.
Wow.
Convenient plot point is convenient.
Willow, are you able to rejuvenate a body non-verbally?
No, because I need verbal.
Damn.
All of my spells are verbal.
It's okay. We can
Have
do it
for
tomorrow.
later.
Add a bag of Alocasia's bones to your inventory.
It's spelled ALO space.
Can you tell whether or not they're like a man or a
CIA.
woman?
It was a man.
man?
Non-binary actually.
Oh.
We
Oh,
love
there you go.
that.
They were a nice
Yeah.
person. Anyway, I'm coming up.
Yeah, have any of y'all seen that video on TikTok?
Just walk slowly. It's like to
You
walk
son of a bitch! I'm non-binary. You child of a bitch!
That's pretty good. I like that. I haven't seen that one.
Get them! Yeah, that was a great video. So
I walk in.
It's just
you walk
there's
up the
just-
catwalk, up the gangplank, up the catwalk.
There's
and
no
you still
window,
walk
so
in.
you can just see us
Yeah, you
doing
can
it.
just
There's
see them,
body
yeah.
sludge on the floor.
Yeah, body sludge
And I'm
is a
holding
good
a
way to put it.
spoon.
And you're
Is
holding
that-
oh my god!
This
So-
would be a good time to do an insight check.
Allie, I've heard of myths of people that like keep too many cats, they die, and the cats kind of just start nibbling at them.
Yes.
Are you
it's just-
eating? Are you eating Al?
Well, so we only do that when we respect someone deeply because it's better for them to be consumed and useful than to be left to like rot and decay. Also, it smells bad. But also, I'm not a cat. I'm a tabaxi.
smells
So I
bad.
think that like that's a little.
But you use the
little-
we, like the
I
boy.
think you-
I was just all right. So now's on my side. You used we in this when I referred.
I'm
to
not
a
on
cat.
anybody's side. I'm
Because
just
you were
curious.
referring to me.
Okay?
Anyway,
Oh my god.
I was using it as a tool to get the body off of the bones.
If you need a spoon for a body, there's a problem.
We did find
Well,
an
look at
ink
it.
though.
It's
I-
like a soup.
It was on the body.
No,
Okay.
they're supposed to use a knife. It's not butter.
Cut like
What?
it.
Not butter.
Okay,
I
I'm going
can't
back-
believe it's not butter.
No, there's
I can't.
there's a parody of I can't believe.
Honestly, not a bit of fat on this person. Very
Okay.
Very
It. Oh yeah, no,
lean.
all the fat already melted away.
absolutely cut.
Like,
Yeah.
All right.
But why is there like multiple shadows?
I don't.
I think the shadows killed this person.
Dippy, I would like to make a lore check. Why are shadows around?
Yeah, can I roll for lore?
Yeah.
hold on, I'm gonna paste
Roll
something
for story
in the.
background?
I'm gonna paste something in the In-Quy'zz-ition chat real quick.
Please.
It's a good meme.
Can I have
It's a good-
story, please? I would
There
like
you
that. I would like to roll for story. Please
What?
emphasize.
Not butter.
What? Not butter. It's just like
Good.
it's
I like
so
that.
chaotic. Why is it even a question? Anyway. Sorry, rolling for story for war.
We should just sell a spoon in our store that says "What? Not butter."
Yeah. Oh gosh.
No, sell a spoon that's engraved that just says for bodies.
For body.
Body spoon.
Body spoon.
Body
yeah.
spoon.
Body spoon, and not in the way that you think.
I was just about to
Now
say,
you
I
have
need a
to
little
like.
body
Now
spoon
you
right
have to. Now you have to relabel the spoon as the body spoon, so your character always knows that it's for body.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to label. Yes. Let me put that in my notes. Body spoon. Boom.
Okay, you know what? You guys have this. I'm going back to the boat. And I regret my decision.
It's all. This is a good bonding moment.
For
Isn't
whom?
that what friends
For-
do?
Is it scoop dead bodies with a spoon?
Zog, look at
I scooped. They watched.
Zog. Look at Mosaic. Look. Do you like their mech suit?
You see, you look over in the corner of the room, and you see Mosaic in a kind of like ramshackle, like tin and wooden and iron banded, riveted mech suit.
They're gonna do
All right.
the little cat thing where they just like put their paws there.
I'm gonna take over story for just a second.
Sure.
Okay.
Zog is on hour 36, maybe even more of not sleeping. Just fought shadows that lightning did nothing to. His strongest thing did nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Allie is scooping a dead body with a spoon. The cat's in a mech suit now. Zog fully thinks he's hallucinating. Zog is gone. He is
I want to note that
Zog
my
does
Make
not comprehend anything at this
Zog.
point. Yes.
make a wisdom save.
dog's gonna think he's dreaming and try to get off the deck of anything.
That 20? No! What'd you get?
I have inspiration. I can change it. The dice want to tell a story. That's a natural one.
That's a natural one. You are dreaming. You are dreaming. You are not awake right now. You can do whatever you want because you're dreaming. You passed out somewhere on the boat. You're afraid that because you're passed out on the boat, something might be happening to your boat, but you're dreaming. You
Okay.
have to wake up.
Okay.
You have to wake up.
All right, you guys got this handled. Just
Yeah,
I'm
we
gonna
got
head.
it.
Yeah, I'm gonna head back to the boat if you can. Just give me a second. And in walking back to the boat,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to take my trident
Mm-hmm.
and stab myself in the foot. Is that an attack roll?
To attack yourself.
Yes.
I'll say you have
Well, you
advantage.
You can choose to
Choose to
fail.
fail.
that.
Yeah, I can just choose to fail, right?
I was about to say, it's an attack roll. Here's what I'll give you.
Yes.
You have advantage because you are attacking yourself. Normally you would have disadvantage because you don't want to hit yourself. But you're dreaming right now. Like
Yeah,
you,
it's not
you
gonna
wanna,
hurt. It's just gonna wake me up.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, does a 25 hit me? Oh, yes, it does.
Yeah, it does. Roll. Yeah, you can roll your damage for a one-handed trident attack.
Oh, no, that's two-handed. That's full.
Oh no, it's
full.
two-handed. Okay, a
Oh, yeah, no,
D10 plus 4.
All right, 8 damage.
So
Okay, you like you fully just stab yourself on the foot. No, let me describe it for you.
Yeah.
Wow, that hurt. This is a really detailed dream. Like, you can feel a lot of really cool sensations in this dream. It didn't wake you up, but that was like, you're like lucid. You feel like you have a lot of control over what you can do now. Like, man, this is like awesome. That fucking hurt. You are bleeding, fully bleeding out of your foot now. Like, and you can feel your blood, like, as you walk.
Yeah.
Like, you can't feel your foot, but you can feel the blood pouring out of it.
I got another foot.
As you continue to walk, you just like dragging your was it your right foot or your left foot?
I guess my left foot.
Okay,
I like to
as you're
imagine
dragging
that
your
Burk is
left
just
foot
watching
along
this
the
and
ground.
completely
Quinlan
okay
too.
with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, Quinlan's asleep.
Oh, that's
Burk
right.
is just like,
Mm-hmm.
this tracks. This is wrong. This tracks.
Yeah.
Burk would be
Quinlan
doing
is
that. Yeah.
passed out in the middle of the walkway.
You're taking steps with your right foot and you're dragging your left foot along the ground. Like, your feeling should have returned to your foot by now.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you're still no. This is definitely still a dream.
Oh, okay. If this is a dream, you know what Zog really is going to do,
What's
actually? And I don't like how self-inflicting Zog is in his dream. Zog has had the thought many times that him and his ship are one and the same, and that his essence is the ship's essence. I'm going to cast life transference on the ship.
Okay. So
also, we
here-
have to use some of the spell slots. So,
True.
fourth level life transference.
transference. Fourth level? Jesus.
Yeah, 48. I take 48 necrotic damage.
A fourth level
I
is
can-
5d8, my friend.
5d8 necrotic damage.
Uh-huh.
And my ship is going to regain twice as much damage as I take.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nope, that was 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Can I counterspell this?
Yeah, if you want. You
I
can see
I
Zog
rolled,
doing this.
22
I?
damage.
20 damage.
22.
22 damage.
So my ship gets 44 something.
Okay. Zog.
Yeah. Does this wake me up at least?
Here's the thing. Here's what I will give you. How many inspiration points do you have?
I actually haven't had my notes open. Probably not a lot, if I'm being honest. Give me 1 second. Zog. I have to actually open my notes. That's where I keep my inspiration.
Here's what I'll give you.
3.
3. If you spend an inspiration point,
Yes.
not only will your ship actually heal those points, you won't wake up.
No, but I want to wake up.
You want to wake up.
Yeah, like I want to, or not like wake up. I want to realize I'm not in a fucking dream.
Right. So I'm giving you a choice. If you spend an inspiration point, your ship is damaged. You know that it's taken damage recently. Like, this is a reasonable thing to do. If you spend an inspiration point, it will actually heal those hit points in real life, for real, in real life.
Okay.
You will not realize that you're not in a dream though if you do spend that. So you can either take this flat 22 damage and wake up, or actually heal your ship for 44 hit points, but you don't wake up. But you don't, like, quote unquote wake up.
Okay.
That's a choice you can make.
Can I spend all 3 to do both?
Yeah.
All right. All right. I'll go down to 0.
I'll let you do
Yes. We need a mod for chat.
I don't have mod privileges, so
I
I
also
couldn't do it.
I
Wait a minute.
haven't
I
done
got
that
it.
for
I
my
got it.
account either.
Bang.
There you
Dead. You're banned. All right. I got him.
I am out of hit points, but
What? You're not? No?
no, not out of hit points. Not out of hit points. Out of inspiration.
Okay. Thank God.
Like,
So, okay. So
dog dies?
you touch yourself and the boat, and you feel this energy like fizz through you and really suck the life force out of you. But you watch as your hand touching the boat courses with magical energy, and the boat, you see kind of a dull blue outline, like course all the way, like from tip to stern, from aft to stern on your boat, and you see cracks, molding line damage, like barnacles, like pop off of it. Like you see actual damage that has been done to your boat healed. And I think it's been damaged down to like, I think it took some damage. I don't think it was 44 points though.
I think I had it. I think I had an HP tracker for the boat. I don't remember. No, I do not. No, that's for the cart and the other one.
True.
Yeah, we don't have HP.
I'll say that your boat is now full HP. And you can set, if you wanted to set a tracker for your boat's HP, you can set it. I think a general course is like 150.
Okay.
For a boat your size. Call it even 175 if you want.
I'll call it whatever you want me to.
Yeah, 175.
And it's at full. All right.
And it's
Code
at full.
skipper.
And then you like feel the energy like reverberate from the boat back to you, and it knocks you to the ground. You like, oh fuck! You're not sleeping.
Okay.
You've been awake for all of that, and you just stabbed yourself in the foot.
This
and
is
it
so
hurts.
much worse. This is so much worse. Allie had a spoon with a dead body. This is worse than a dream.
Oh God, the implications. And
the cat has a robot. The cat has a robot. I need a vacation. Okay. I'm gonna take a little alone time in the captain's quarters while everyone else is doing their shit.
Sure. All right.
I'm gonna bandage up my foot.
Speaking of which, does anybody care to do or want to do anything else with their time here? As you had pulled over to check this out, but to catch up with context of the next episode, which was actually the last episode, you will take a little alone time, Zog, but when everyone else is ready, you are powering through.
Yes, I'm going through the night. Yeah.
If I roll on that 20, can I find something cool?
You found so many cool things.
I know I didn't.
You're so greedy. No, I'm just.
We'll find one more cool thing.
I imagine, actually, if you wanted to investigate like the pools of essence for the shadows, then like I don't know if if you wanted to roll an investigation on like little puddles of shadow essence,
investigation or arcana,
one or the other. Yeah, aren't they the same for you?
Are they? Yes.
So you can choose either one.
23.
23.
Yep.
Laying in each puddle of shadowy essence that you come across is a skull. A shadow skull, very specifically. This is the one physical being, the one physical object that ties a shadow to the mortal coil. And you, like, kind of pick one up, and you kind of look at it, and it is now, like, dormant. Where there were pinpricks of light, now there are none. And it looks like each one has a different kind of runic engraving on the side of the skull that brought it to its being of existence. Okay. Other than that, they're very decorative. They're very pretty. You do not know... Did you choose Arcana or Investigation specifically?
I'm gonna go with Arcana because I don't need to investigate the skull more. I kind of like, but like, what makes this magical?
Yeah, this skull is dormant, is magically dormant now that it has been defeated. You do know that shadow skulls are typically used in like, as like, if you grind up shadow skulls, you can make bone steel very effectively, and bone steel. Shadow skull bone steel like invokes at a stretch, if you gathered up enough of them, and you crushed them all down and you put them into a steel mixture and you made a weapon out of them or a piece of armor out of them, you get the sense that the strength drain that you felt is kept within the runic engraving on this skull, and that skull is enhanced with it even when it's ground down. So if you gathered up shadow skulls, you could make shadow skull bone steel, which could be crafted into a weapon. It could be crafted into a piece of armor, but that would be a long process without an expert help. Yeah.
I am going to find all the shadow skulls because
I will let you do that without a roll, without another check. You just
okay,
kind
how
of.
many do I get all in total?
There were 12 total, so you get 12 skulls.
Yay. Okay. Inventory. Manage inventory.
12
Right.
shadow skulls.
Custom. Item 12. Look at that.
There you go. All right. Anyone else doing anything else? No? Everyone good? All right. Well, in that case, once you're done gathering your shadow skulls, you get back on the boat, and Zog, take a little alone time.
I mean, my alone time could still be while I'm driving. I'm
Are
just not letting
you?
it
Oh, okay.
anyone in the
Sure.
captain's quarters.
Sure. All right. So, then in that case, we will start to wind down to a point where we will pick up where the quote-unquote next episode would pick up, but the next episode will be the next point we actually get to. So,
I think blood token, flare gun, goldfish scale, music chest, custom skull 12. I gave the musical thing to Allie, so Allie, you can put that into your inventory because I already have one musical thing, and you wanted to kind
you
of
can add a radio.
around with it.
Just
Oh, I got a
add.
radio. Okay.
He got a radio, bro. We should set that up in the ship.
I will emphasize, not a communication radio, a receiver radio. So just like a.
Dude, we could still set it up and have dance parties.
Zog has a record player, you know, hot dog and
But this
Valhalla
is
What?
instead of cheeseburger in paradise.
Oh. Dog and Valhalla. That's great. So, Zog. You're just kind of driving along. Everyone else at this point, you kind of take a long rest as you drive. And that is congruent with the quote-unquote next episode. So if you haven't already, the episode is going to end in a few. So you may go ahead and take your long rest.
Yes.
hey.
Except Zog.
Yeah.
And what I will do to end this episode will involve primarily Zog. So here is a question for the other players. And it's going to sound weird, but if you do, then it'll change how this interaction goes. Does anyone do a watch cycle while the boat is moving? And if you do you take that watch cycle primarily watching Zog? Or do you primarily take it watching your surroundings?
Is Zog visibly injured?
He
Still?
stabbed himself in the foot. Yes,
Yeah.
he is.
I would want to do some part of us watching Zog cycle because he seems to be going through some mental crisis.
I think it's fine.
Does anyone else feel that necessity, or do you just take your rest as you need it?
And you know what? I love Zog. I'll keep an eye on him.
Okay. So here's what I'll do.
And during that watch as well, I will also take time to learn more Sylvan.
If you are not on Zog watch, take your headphones off, but stick around for the end of the stream. And we're also gonna... An ad is coming up. We're just gonna let it play. Because this is... You can watch it in the VOD.
Yeah.
So yeah, take your headphones off, and I will signal you when I want you to put your headphones on again.
Yeah,
if you are on Zog watch. Yes.
I was gonna wake up at some point, probably, and check on him. So if
Okay.
you want me to take him off, I can.
Well, I
'Cause
am
it
going to
wouldn't be a
cycle through
long
these.
term.
I am going to cycle through these. So,
Okay.
now that I have my Zog Watchers, who would be doing that first?
Rock, paper, scissors.
Three-way rock, paper, scissors. Allie, you're muted?
Allie, you're muted.
I was gonna say Quinlan just woke up, so he'd be the most rested of all of us.
That's true.
So, Quinlan, you
I'm-
cannot go first. You would be going second or third because of the
Oh,
nap.
Yeah, he's
Oh.
already asleep.
Yeah, he
Oh,
was
fair enough.
already asleep. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Rock, paper, scissors?
Yeah.
Are we going to shoot or are we going on?
Go on shoot.
Okay.
Go. Okay.
1, 2, 3, shoot.
Rock.
Wait.
Rock,
Are we saying it out loud? Can we say it out loud, please? I'm not gonna do
Rock,
it.
paper,
Rock,
scissors.
paper, scissors.
Scissors.
shoot.
Shoot.
Fuck. Rock, paper.
All right.
I'll go
so,
first.
Allie, Quinlan, and Sundial, please remove your headphones for this first part. Zog. And Allie, since you are watching. You come into this, like, this kind of, like, trance as you are driving along. Like, you've had this feeling before where you're just kind of moving with the waves. You know, you're just, like, kind of rocking you in a way that feels comfortable to you. You're just going with the flow of the current. And then as you are continuing to like drive along, and you feel your autonomics kick in. You feel your hands. Autonomics are just like your body's own processes that do not require you to think for them to act.
All right, sincerely didn't know what that word meant. Thank you.
So you feel your autonomics kick in. Your hands have a steady grip on the wheel. Your eyes have a steady watch on the water ahead of you. But you, for lack of a better way to put it, essentially fall asleep standing up in this moment. Without actually falling asleep. We know that in the next
Without
episode
the
you will
benefit,
have...
yeah.
without the benefit of it. Like, your body is going through a level of exhaustion in a resting state. You are present, but your body isn't. Your body is like just acting on its own at this point. And I will say that you rolled last time for a level of exhaustion. Nothing that you did in the time skip episode. All of that could have been done with one level of exhaustion that you had, I believe. No, there were some checks that might have been affected by it.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is just going to continue on in this manner. As you continue to go along, go ahead and make another wisdom save for me at disadvantage.
That's a lot better than the last one. Wisdom save. That's a 19. 10
We've
plus
established that the front wall of your captain's quarters is pretty open so that you can see the water ahead of you. You can see. As you're just kind of going along, you feel yourself like locked in. But on the deck of your boat, you see a man walking along. Just kind of silently. A dark silhouette. And you see his head turn, like, he's walking along, and you see his head turn, and all that you see of this shadowy silhouette are the eyes. And they are a piercing yellow, looking almost as if it's looking directly into your soul. But you cannot make out any shape other than the basic body shape. And in your mind, you hear a whisper. You're straining yourself. Oh.
Because of uninvited guests like yourself.
Allie, you hear him say this, and you see his mouth move, and you see him looking out onto the deck. When you look out onto the deck, you see no one there. Continuing.
You are total control of your surroundings. What struggle?
There is nothing wrong with taking the control I can get.
Again, you hear it. No immediate target that he's speaking to. And this is all, you're observing him kind of like sitting kind of in a bench on the captain's quarters, like looking at him. He doesn't seem present. He doesn't seem present of you. He's locked in on this on whatever he's looking at. Are you doing anything?
I'm just shuffling my tarot deck while I'm watching him to be distracted in case he notices me, I guess. Just casually shuffling, not anything fancy.
Yeah, I get you. And you see the Zog, you see the silhouette approaching you closer. And closer. And eventually, it passes seamlessly through the front wall. And you see the silhouette standing in your captain's quarters now. Roll. Do you have any features or traits that help you with the frightened condition?
Don't think so.
Do any of your items help you with the frightened condition?
You know, I have
you're a
Umberly
cleric,
always on
not a
my
paladin.
side.
You're a cleric, not a paladin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I have nothing to help me with frame.
Make another wisdom save then for me, please.
Disadvantage again?
Yes.
That's a fucking natural 20. God damn it.
Oh, no, that actually, you're not, you are still locked in place. You feel...
You said disadvantage.
Oh, disadvantage. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
I thought you rolled 2 natural 20s. No.
No, God, no.
Okay.
No, the first roll was a natural 20. Second one's a 13 plus 9, so 22.
22. That's still pretty good.
Yeah.
You feel yourself locked in place still, but you also do not feel fear. You do not feel struggle against this thing.
Control is something I need and die for. What folly amongst them? It's your compulsion or control.
And the rumbling of the word control, Allie, you feel like a twinge. You feel your ears like flatten. Like
Is
again.
it a sensation of like fear or
like just a little bit of fear that you get when you feel a thing like just like brush past your eyes and you didn't catch a glimpse, or brush past your ears and you didn't catch a sound. Just like, and you feel your ears instinctively like flatten. Just like,
I'm gonna use my bardic ability of counter charm, channeling the calmness into the sound of my shuffling. And what that does is it gives advantage to myself and anyone friendly within 30 feet of me, advantage against being frightened or charmed.
So that turns into a straight roll from this point onwards.
Yes.
At least for this interaction. Your response?
I don't need to answer some fucking ghost on my ship.
as you say that, you see a yellow crooked smile just creep across whatever form of there was to its face, but you also see flakes of ash and shadow, just like the shadows that you fought, just disappearing before you slowly, as it just
One day you will answer for your sin.
just as it
I
fades
hope
away.
so. I got a rap sheet. What a
And you just continue.
weird. I'm just now like processing the things I said in the context of not hearing you. I'm like, oh my god, that is genuine, really fucking scary.
And you continue to be locked in.
Yep.
And Allie, you feel as if time passed at an extortionately fast rate during this period when you are watching Zog. As you feel the tired set in, and you look and you see Sundial approaching to take over for you. Or, yeah. Folks!
We need Donna.
Yeah.
Maybe just make it Quinlan then.
We could
We
just
can
make
just
it
make it
Quinlan.
Quinlan. As you see Quinlan approaching to take over
Yes.
for you.
As Quinlan walks up, I just go, he shouldn't be alone right now.
I'll stay with him. There, as close as he'll allow.
I think he needs to get some sleep, but I don't think that's gonna happen.
Zog, you don't
No.
hear any of this.
Probably not.
And I'm gonna make my way to go rest.
Please remove your headphones then.
Goodbye.
Bye! Quinlan. Taking over
Yes.
Zog Watch. Just keep your headset on and you'll understand. Zog. You continue. Does Zog have any dead relatives that he knows of?
Oh,
Because we've established that your parents are still alive.
my parents are still alive. Zog, how much control do I have right now? 'Cause-
I'm just gonna say, like,
Yeah.
if you don't have any immediate family members that you can think of, like brother, sister, mother, father, like whatever, there will be one that I make for you for this to.
Well, I had just gut first morbid thought is like Zog at one point had a younger brother, and that's why he attached to Sundial so closely and so fast. Like he remembers being like 10 years old when his brother didn't make it past like 3 or 4, and he like, so like not old enough to like really have bonds and memories, but old enough that he knows like I've lost something really important here.
So when he was like young, he had a younger brother who died
Yes.
very, very young.
How does that sound for you? Work with what you want to do? Or...
Yeah.
right.
As you think, your mind begins to wander in this locked state of yours, and you think about your brother and your past. You're thinking about your family. Like,
Yeah.
you haven't talked too directly to your family. Well, at least not over the phone with your
Yeah,
mother.
I haven't seen him.
You haven't seen them in a
while.
while, and it makes you think a little more. As you continue to think about this, you see another silhouette appear, but this one takes a shape that is all too familiar and yet foreign all at once. As you see what would look like a shape of your brother at the age that he would be if he was still alive.
Mm-hmm.
And this silhouette isn't a dark shadow. It's like a gray mixed with a blue, kind of roiling in a tide pool, kind of like series of dark grays and blues and purples, and their face like shines through in outlines. Imagine line art for digital art, like with no shape or color to define any of their features other than their face.
Did I
Let's change the I to an A, because the way I was about to pronounce it, Zag. Zag Rankim, before you, not in flesh, but in spirit, just kind of looks at you in a way that he's waiting for you, not the other way around. Like, he has arrived, but he is waiting for you, not he's arrived and you are, and like, how do I say it? He wants you to acknowledge him first before he says anything, is what it looks like.
Zog, after a prolonged time of trying to ignore this,
the longer you ignore him, the deeper his shadows and the aura around his shadows become. And you hear this, like, low hum. And, Quinlan, you also begin to hear a low humming noise. Just low, like, like a deep, resonant hum. You would almost confuse it for the boat's engine if you weren't paying more attention to it, but it resonates with the wood and the rivets and the metal surrounding you. And the engine doesn't hum, it just like glows. It just like it's a background noise that you've gotten used to. This is different. And the longer you ignore it, the louder it becomes.
I'm gonna go looking for the source then.
You would... Investigation DC 30. Is that even possible with your current stats?
No.
Then you can go looking. You will not find anything.
as you're looking, you are going to hear Zog very loudly go, "Leave!" And I'm going to try and cast Command.
Makes a wisdom save, correct?
Yes.
How does an 18 sound?
Fuck. Wisdom save 17.
As soon as you speak, the humming stops. The shadows tighten around his form, and the form kind of steps closer and goes, "But why?" And he looks at you. He sounds older. He sounds grown up. In fact, you don't even remember him speaking.
Yeah. I don't charter the dead.
That's a shame. I thought that maybe there would be an exception for...
I don't know what the fuck is happening at this point. But whatever sick, dark tricks you have at this isn't going to work just yet. I haven't lost my mind that fucking much.
Tricks? You think this is a trick. And you feel his hand touch your shoulder. Very corporeally. Very convincingly. Zog, you haven't lost your mind. You're finding it.
Just, you're at peace. It's been years. You're at peace.
Quinlan, you hear all of this? Are you, like, making your way back to the captain's quarters as you hear this?
On a round, I'm just going to knock on the door.
Zog, you don't hear a knock. And Quinlan, you don't get a response. Well,
Yep,
you
you
don't
okay
get
in
a
there?
direct response to you. You hear the continuance of...
Spirits aren't truly at peace until all of their business is completed. I had no business. So why am I? And why do you want me to leave?
There's better places for you to be.
What is the next thing that Zog would think about in relation to his brother? What is Zog thinking about? Like, what is Zog's reason?
Mm-hmm.
You're kind of catching on that these are, like, either ghosts or hallucinations.
Yeah. So why would
what
Zog...
is Zog's... Why would Zog think that his brother would be here?
That Zog has this trident that can bring people back. But you need the body. So his brother's body is long gone.
Mm-hmm.
He can save all these people. He can fucking cure a ship with his bare hands. And couldn't do anything to stop his mother from crying, his father from wanting to leave the ship, to keep his family the way his parents and him thought his family.
So he was
would
lost at sea, basically, like that.
Yeah.
Kind of, like, yeah,
Yeah.
I get you. Yeah, and he's like, as you think about this, you see the form of your brother's either ghost or hallucination change as you think about this stuff. You see his body sopping wet, his clothes, or what forms his clothes, like his form going from dry to wet. A little color takes form, a little shape, a little more definition takes form. And he just goes, You didn't quit on me. I never believed that you would. You just didn't know better.
know if I ever will.
You don't know if you ever will quit?
Know better.
Oh, you don't know
know.
if you ever will know better.
I don't know if anything. I can save so much. I'm never getting this piece of me back. I'm never going to be whole.
Nobody is. And you just feel a welling of emotion. Whether it was brought upon by yourself or not.
Mm-hmm.
And you look and you kind of see your brother's dripping. Just puddling on the floor, and more of the form just puddling and pooling and just creating a wet spot on the floorboards. The last thing that disappears is his face as he says, "You can't know where the present will bring you while you're still living in it. So just follow the current and look to your horizon. And answers will show up on whatever shorelines you discover." As he drips and fades. And Quinlan, you at some point during this opened the door, I'm sure. Unless you choose not to. Like,
Yeah, I will gently open the door.
you gently open the door. As you do, you see Zog. Zog, make another wisdom save. This time you do have advantage because of Allie's thing. Or not advantage, just a straight roll from Allie's thing from earlier.
15.
15? Quinlan, you don't hear it. But if you circle around Zog's body from where you enter into the room from, you can circle around to his front side, and you see 2 trails of tears coming from his eyes and down his neck. But you don't hear it, and you don't hear him. And again, I say, this searching that you've done, this time that has passed, for you, Quinlan, has felt extraordinarily fast as you feel your body weaken and tire to go back to sleep, to finish your long rest, and you see Sundial get Sundial. Yep. There you go.
There you go.
As you see Sundial approaching the door and opening it up to swap out with you, Quinlan.
Hello? Speak.
Yes? Hello?
Oh, I have the wrong... Wait, do I have the...
Uh-oh.
My headphones turned off because I was long.
Oh, dear. Hello?
Alright,
There we go. Now I can hear you. I'm
Okay.
sorry about that.
As you see Sundial approaching the door to swap out with you for Zogwatch.
hand on the shoulder or shoulder blade
Of Zog?
reaches
I'm in
Or
my
of,
more
Sundial?
human form.
of Zog.
Of Zog, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just very gently, light squeeze presence to let him know that he's not alone, and then
Zog, you feel the sensation of somebody squeezing your arm, but you physically cannot turn your head to look and see who it is. And when you hear Quinlan, do you speak to him at all?
lightly, in a bit of a whisper. We're here, and I'm here if you need.
I will just nod.
You stay. Okay. And then I'm gonna go over to Sundial.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sundial, can you hear us?
Allie warned me, and I'm warning you. Keep a close eye on him.
Yeah.
Give him his space, but keep a close eye.
Okay.
There's some weird shit going on.
In like a half sleepy kind of voice, he'll be like, okay. Do I have I have all my exhaustion gone, right?
Yeah, you're good. You're because you're taking the last watch. You can technically fulfill your long rest like
Okay,
now if
go.
you want. If you
Cool.
need all of your stuff for your.
Already did. Okay.
But
Casting mage armor on myself.
and Quinlan, you may remove your headphones.
Mhm.
Dumb bit really quick.
Sure.
My brother should have been named Bradley Jenkins because he was the next NPC.
Shit. Zag Bradley Jenkins Rankum.
Yep. Nothing about character bleed in that.
Damn.
Dog, you have a brother?
You don't know that.
You don't know that.
I don't. Okay, never mind.
That's just kind of a funny over-table bit. Sundial.
My headphones, by the way, my headphones are acting up, so
Okay.
it's just because.
Yeah, just let me know if you need to hear something again.
Good. Okay, thank you.
You kind of look at Zog in this state, and he looks statuesque.
Mm-hmm.
He's been standing here pretty firmly for a while now. Like, even looking at him at this wheel, you see that, like, his feet haven't moved for so long, and the sore on his foot from where he stabbed himself, it's kind of coagulating around his foot, making his foot almost like glued to the floor. It looks like it's glued to the floor, but he doesn't seem present. As we continue, Zog.
Yes.
You hear a familiar voice. Well, look who's been burning the midnight oil. As you look over to your left and see an apparition of Umberly appear. Notably, Sundial, you do not see this.
Just doing what I gotta do.
And in this state, Sundial, unless I tell you otherwise, he will continue to be statuesque. But Zog, you feel a different level of control of your body.
Mm-hmm.
As you kind of look over and feel your hands release the wheel.
Mm-hmm.
But for Sundial, he does not move. His head stays stationary forward, and his hands are still on the wheel, steering. And I will update you and tell you otherwise if you see something different happen, Sundial, but for the remainder of this Zago, you just act as if you are having control of your body. Yeah.
Okay.
So what did you say to respond?
I'm just doing what needs to be done for a little bit.
This is an awful lot of stress to put yourself under to do what is necessary. Remind me, what is necessary for... You've been awake for a long time.
Just...
This better not be a test.
Who would I be testing? Myself?
Well, you'd be testing me. Why would you want to let me watch you suffer?
I never have the goal to make myself suffer, nor to make you see it. I am just taking some time to make sure my ship really feels like my own.
That's a fair concern to have. But who has threatened that authority?
I have with leniency.
Huh? Oh, no, I get you. No, yeah. And I just, and Umberly, like, cocks a head. And just like, odd. I can't recall a time that you've been too lenient with these people.
It's I don't know a better way to say.
She kind of like gestures a hand around like the deck of your boat, and as you kind of turn to look, you realize you are standing outside of your own body. And you see your body in all of its detail, in all of its form, just kind of standing at the wheel. And you also see Sundial sitting on a bench in your captain's quarters, very intently watching your body.
So I'm in like a little bit of like astral dream
Outer body
state.
experience.
Yeah. Responding to Umberly, Zog like fills his hand with a storm cloud. And I don't know a better way to say. As your champion, I feel I should be feared more than liked lately. The prayers you get are out of fear. I prayed to you out of fear. Now it's out of, and like a very, I don't know, high school smile fills Zog's face as he's now. I know the beauty in everything you hold. It doesn't change. That shit, I feel like I should be a little more scary.
Well, I'm quite flattered, Zog. I'm rubbing off on you a little more than I first anticipated. We'll crack through that thick outer cord yet.
If I was a little more menacing, or a little more of just an asshole, people wouldn't have invited a god onto my ship.
Umberly's face goes from like smirking and smug to flat, but not annoyed. Flat like, flat as if like, this is a statement, and I'm not sure how to respond to it yet. And she looks at you and goes, another god on your ship? Now that is intriguing.
Umberly knew that. Umberly's the reason I knew.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
But she's acting coy.
Yeah. Okay.
And you feel as if this is also partially not necessarily Umberly, but you're subconscious of Umberly.
Okay.
And so this is... She only says this as a foil.
Yeah. No, yeah.
What is your response?
I don't have the heart to be cruel or to be mean to anybody on my boat right now.
When you finish that statement, make a wisdom saving throw flat.
Oh, you might have gotten my first bad one. I mean, ish. I have a +9, so. Math, 13.
13?
Yeah.
The thing is, it was kind of a low DC, so you
Okay.
still did good.
All right.
As Umberly kind of like approaches you and lays a finger like right on your chest. Excuse me, I'm so sorry. It's ice cold to the touch. And you see kind of like water, kind of like ice crystals spread from where she touches your chest, but it doesn't feel cold. It just feels like a sensation wrapping around your rib cage. As she says, Oh, I know. I know. It's one of simultaneously your best virtues and also one of my toughest challenges. You will someday get it in your... You will someday get it through that iron skull of yours that the ocean doesn't have a heart. At least, not one that isn't contained within my own chest. Oceans also don't have brains or souls. They roil with chaos and beauty. They tear apart landscapes to fit to their very whim. You don't need to consult your heart when you are my champion, Zog. But it's better if you don't. You are, forgive my French. Where's France? Forgive my, you are, pardon my Sylvan, one of the nicest motherfuckers that has ever prayed to me. And that I will never understand. But there's something in you that made me choose you to be my champion. I see it. I'm just wondering if you ever will. And she turns and walks towards the back of your boat. Do you follow her in this state that you're in, or do you just let her go?
If she's not beckoning me, if she's not like...
She is not beckoning. She is walking away. She is just like turned you, not necessarily down like a dog, but she has turned turned her back to you just to leave as someone who is done with the conversation.
Yeah, no. Then I walk back to my body.
As you step back into it, make a Constitution save.
That's good. Those 8.
8 total?
Yeah.
You reposition yourself, and as soon as you do, you feel your iron grip release. You feel your feet come back to you, your legs come back to you, your chest come back to you, your head spirals, your heart pounds and your brain pulses. As you re-enter your body, you feel a flash of shock and pain radiate through it, and you fall to the ground behind your ship's wheel. Sundial, you see this happen, and you see the wheel start to spin out of control as you are as you feel a current tipping the boat and turning the rudder.
Strength check, fucking grab the wheel to stop it.
Yeah, absolutely. Make a strength check.
Also, I will send Mosaic to lift up Zog's head and make sure that it is elevated, so and not be checking for like blood and shit like that. So
what's your strength check on the wheel?
I'm rolling that now.
Sundial, take the wheel.
Taking it from my hands, 'cause
God
I'm
knows
lying on the wooden floor.
Wow, that was not great. 11.
11.
I even sang.
I've been rolling so good this entire game.
You grip the wheel and you catch it, but your part of your arms like wrap like a rotation around it. So you do stop it, but you don't feel the jelly in your muscles like contracting enough to like gain purchase on it as you curve around this curve in the river. The sun at this point has risen, and you see up ahead a port, and you are just like you like kind of pull yourself behind the wheel and using all of your will and experience to just kind of like just
I
like
rotate it back into this, like a center mode, trying to get it past. It's like, I know that this is a wheel, and if it turned, like the way that it turned,
yeah.
not like I'm using all my intelligence, just like, okay, it went this
Absolutely.
way, so then it
And you
goes
wanna
this
go that
way,
way, and you wanna go this way.
back this way, and
As
I'm
you're
trying to
doing
correct
that.
myself,
As
and
you're-
then I'm simultaneously going to make a history check and just be like, how the fuck did Zog drive this thing, and how do I stop
Make another
this
history
thing
check,
right
yeah.
now?
Okay.
As you do that, Zog.
Much better. Sorry, go. 19.
19. Okay. I will say that's enough for you to maneuver the boat into the port for the day. And that is where, like, the next episode
Safely?
picks up. Yes, safely. And you kind of, like... But as you do that, it occupies you for Zog to do this in his final actions for this episode. Your body is radiating pain.
Mm-hmm.
You have been locked for like 8, 9, 10 hours just driving the boat, experiencing these either dreams or shadows or whatever the fuck they were.
Yep.
You are cramping and seething on the ground, but you don't groan. You don't make noise.
Mm-hmm.
As you feel the slime of Mosaic kind of crawl under your head and lift your head up, you look and you see Sundial driving the boat. And you just, like, in this moment, feel a wave of something.
Okay. I bottle up the rage I feel of seeing somebody behind the wheel. Because I understand I am on the ground. I am more mad at myself than Sundial. While I am on the ground, I cast my last greater restoration on myself. Stand up.
As you cast Greater Restoration on yourself, you feel this level of exhaustion pass over you. You feel your body, like, detense, and, like, you just... This last radiating wave of pain centers back on your core as you watch the ice crystals disappear. And then you, like, touch your chest, you're like, there was ice there? And, like, you feel this just intense sigh of relief pass over you as you stand up, and Sundial has, like, as you observe something, Sundial is operating the boat, like, effectively. He's, like, he's, like, counter-steering against current pressure. He's adjusting the throttle properly to, like, wave into this, like, port. And he's, like, maneuvering well. And despite all your rage, you're still just a rat in a cage.
I'm still just a Zog in a boat.
Despite all your rage, you can't help but feel proud.
Yeah.
That that Sundial, who you've been teaching, has applied what you taught him. And you get a twinge of your brother patting you on the back. Just for a moment. Just a hand that came from nowhere. And then you also feel just a shadow lifted from your mind. With the greater restoration pouring into your body, you feel this shadow leave you. As the spirits of Zog, past, present, and future, which I'm thinking about it now, and yeah, that's almost exactly what all of those were.
Present, past, future. Yeah.
Present, past, and future, yeah. They all just kind of leave you, and you find yourself present, ready for the day ahead of you. As you look down at Sundial, as you are all kind of pulling yourself into the port, and you kind of feel the presence of your other companions.
As we pull into the port, I look at Sundial.
No, we're almost done.
Yeah.
We are almost done, Ellie. We were reaching like
we're wrapping
literally
right
the
now.
end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give me one second.
As we
Struggling over here. Thank you.
Before
Fine.
Zog says anything and I get the quote into a good spot, I want to turn to him and he's going to see my face serious. And I'm going to look at him and I'm going to say with a cracked voice, you need to take care of yourself. That was the scariest thing I've ever seen you do. I am here to have your back. And you know I'll do what I need to help you. But whatever that was, I don't want to see you get to that point again.
Zog, as the last remnants of these spirits and shadows are fading from you, when Sundial speaks, you hear all three voices coming in and out in waves, in portions of what he says that are relevant to who visited you. There is a harmonious nature of everything that he says relates to one of the three that you just experienced. And you hear them come in their relative parts. Like, I'm here to have your back. You hear your brother. I'm here, like, I never want to see you get to that point again. You hear Umber Lee. That is the scariest thing I've ever seen you do. You hear the other shadow voice. And it just fades as the Greater Restoration takes its full hold. And you look at Sundial. The most serious little expression you've ever seen on his face.
I appreciate it. I will do better. Now, for some
But put
reason,
the boat in park.
yes.
Sit down.
Well, instead, for some reason, I feel the need to go see a map maker. You should go hang out with Burk.
You.
And that's where we'll end tonight's episode. So,
Thank you for caring about me. I need alone time. That's what that felt like.
Yeah, there. That's better. That's like, thank you for caring about me. I think I need to take a day to myself. You should go, like.
Yeah, I want some alone time. I'm gonna go see this map maker.
All
Oh,
right,
hey, Allie.
I'm gonna say
Willow, it's-
one thing. Mosaic will follow Zog the entire day. So whatever one shot I do.
So retroactively, across the entirety of episode 57A, occasionally in the background are just these little meow.
Yep.
And like Zog will like turn like, what the fuck? You won't see anything. Like.
Speaking of levels of exhaustion, this party needs to go to bed.
So
Please.
We do.
I know. This ran so much longer than I anticipated
Metaphorically
it to. But I'm
and in
so,
game, I am in
yeah.
the same boat as all of you.
Okay, guys. This was a long one. I appreciate you sticking around with me. So this is going to be the end of episode 56. Next time you see us will be episode 58, depending on who we have. And episode 57B will just come at some point in the future. I don't know. Hopefully next time we stream again, we will have Burk again. Maybe. Fingers crossed. So...
Watch episode 57A on YouTube because you're
available.
gonna need some of that information.
Yeah,
for
it's available.
58.
And then Mondays Dapper D's, Tuesdays Crossroads,
Crossroads.
Yay!
and then that's it for until the next Monday after that. So until then, thank you so much for watching. I've been Dippy, and these have been my lovely players. This was exhausting. We hope you have a good rest of your night and that your adventure matters, and you should roll for your initiative. Bye-bye!